a gorgeous day for baseball. We thought we were going to get going at 1 p.m. The game was delayed till 2 p.m., so here we are, ready for the national anthem. We'll pause for a second and come back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Back here in Santa Barbara for the Oaks and Foresters, just about set to get going. Let's get you lineups. First, the field for the home team. The Foresters wearing their pinstripe uniforms, blue numbers on the back, blue hat. Their defense looks like this. Eric Kennedy in left field, Jacob Katzvey in center field, Blake Hall in right. Right side of the infield, the first baseman, Zach Presno, Tommy Holguin at second base, Brett Bergano at shortstop, Ryan Cash at third, and Ross Cadena behind the plate. The starting pitcher will be the Texas Longhorn, Cole Quintanilla, who just finished his first season in the Big 12. The Conejo Oaks lineup looks like this, led by head coach Coach Solis at Rio Mesa High School, wearing their navy blue uniforms and gray road pants. The Oaks lineup looks like this. Tyler Odekirk, the shortstop, gets the start and leads off. Raul Sandoval, the center fielder behind him. Nico Lima, who was inches away from the second Oaks home run of the season yesterday, is DHing and batting third. Ryan Yamashiro has gotten off to a hot start. He hits fourth for the Oaks. Ramon Gomez, Zach Kamenko, the next two at third base and catcher. Trent McKinney, after a big day yesterday, the right fielder. 8, Gabe Baldovino at second base moves a spot up in the batting order, and Steele Ledford, after coming off the bench and delivering a clutch knock for the Oaks yesterday, will start in left field and hit ninth. On the mound for the Oaks today will be Travis Weston from Ventura College after a big season. Well, Zach, as we bring you into the broadcast, by the way, this is Jordan Brenner on play-by-play. Anytime the Oaks and Foresters match up, there is a lot of anticipation. The Foresters, always one of the best summer collegiate teams across the nation. This year, no different. The Foresters, they're 2-0. They have not given up a run yet this summer. A 1-0 shutout 2 days ago. They broke out the bats yesterday, won 10-0. The Oaks, though, they've had the Foresters' number the past few years. What's their approach heading into today?
Well, just like the last game, remembering a 3-2 victory over as the first pitch is outside from Quintanilla, 1-0 count. The big win in the playoffs last year in the semifinals against the Foresters, I know there's bad blood and a lot of new guys on these rosters, but to start for the Oaks, they just have to handle the dominant pitching that is Quintanilla, the 6'5 righty, and try to get some runs on the board early on, because that's been their issue so far this season, Jordan.
The 1-0 pitch is in there, called a strike, and the count's 1-1 to Odekirk. Quintanilla, what a frame on the hill. The 1-1 pitch high and upstairs. Odekirk turns his face mask out of the way, and the count is 2 balls and a strike. Yesterday, Tyler Odekirk led off for the Oaks and had a base hit and a scored run. An next pitch in there at the knees, a called strike from Quintanilla. Count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Odekirk wakes the 2-2 pitch down low in the dirt, and the count's filled up. Apologize today, we don't have a view of the scoreboard, which is right down the right field line. So be patient with us. We'll try and get you the score and count as accurately as we can, as often as we can. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Tyler Odekirk. The pitch is inside and off the plate. Odekirk leads off the game with a walk, and that's exactly what you need to do against this Foresters team, a team that does not give up a lot of runs. They don't give up a lot of free passes. Anytime you can start off an inning on base, that's exactly what you want to do for the Oaks.
Especially early on against the freshman Cole Quintanilla. The Oaks, as we mentioned, don't start very well in these last 4 games so far. They come on strong late, but against this offense, against this pitching staff, you have to get going early, Jordan.
Raul Sandoval's turn as Quintanilla checks on Odekirk at first base. Quintanilla this past year at Texas appeared in 22 games, 33 and a third innings, an ERA just above 4 at 4.05. Quintanilla gathers the 1-0 pitch is high and inside.
44 strikeouts and only 9 walks. This guy is a strikeout machine, well over 1 an inning.
This is just a pipeline to the major leagues the Foresters have put together. 1 ball, no strikes to Sandoval. Upstairs, it's 2-0, and Ross Cadena is going to go and have a conversation with his righty, understanding early in this ballgame, here's a guy who doesn't walk a lot of players. Today he's struggling to find the zone.
And we've mentioned before the adjustment period, even coming from a school like Texas into the summer league. A lot of these guys haven't played in a little while. A lot of these guys, even as a redshirt freshman, only 33 and a third innings. This is a different environment out here, especially in this big rivalry game against the Oaks, who have had the Foresters' number, at least as of recently, Jordan.
Counts 1-0. Odekirk, a comfortable lead at first. Now a bigger lead. Off speed, pitch drops in there for the first called strike of the at-bat, and the count is 1 ball and 1 strike.
Sandoval had the walk-off sacrifice fly yesterday to end the game. We talked to him after the game. He talked about how scrappy this team is, as we've seen 3 walk-offs. Each of the 3 wins so far, 3-1, all coming by walk-offs.
Throw to first, nothing doing for Odekirk. And Sandoval yesterday, you talk about resilience. He was 0 for 5 heading into that at-bat in the 10th inning. He was not seeing the ball well. 1-1 in. Strike 2 on the inside corner. He didn't even get the ball out of the infield. He had 2 strikeouts, the first 2 at-bats in the first and third, a ground out, and then 2 pop-ups to second. He had to get the ball to the outfield. He was struggling. It's exactly what he did.
And we've talked about the mental toughness with this team.
1-2, fouled back. He fights one off and fouls it off the screen right behind home plate. And to grab the ball is the on-deck hitter, Nico Lima, DHing today after playing left field yesterday. We're at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara, a few blocks from the beach. Mountains in sight, trees all over the place. 1-2 pitch, bouncing ball to the third baseman. Cash fields to second for 1. The relay is not in time. 5-4 the fielder's choice. Odekirk out at second and Sandoval aboard first. And in comes Nico Lima, the DH. And yesterday we saw Nico Lima take steps to what we know he can become. Not only did he have 2 hits, including a double and a base hit, but his flyout in the 8th inning went to the deepest part of left center field, straight into the wind. It's about a foot away from entering a really prestigious group of guys who can go yard to left field. And what do you know? He rips a base hit into left field. The first base hit for the Oaks today. 2 on, 1 out, and here comes the hot-hitting Ryan Yamashiro.
The first baseman, number 32.
And we've talked about the dimensions that Cal Luther and the wind comes into play. If he hits like he did yesterday here in Santa Barbara, that ball is going to go, Jordan.
Yeah, short porch, you could say, here in left field. 310 right down the left side. Much deeper than in right field. It's 365 to right center, 390 straight away. They don't have a measurement down the right field line. Yamashiro likes to go that way. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Cole Quintanilla pulls the string, and it's 0-1. We're in the top of the first inning. Oaks threatening to score. Again, the Foresters haven't given up a run this year. 0-1 to Yamashiro. Swings and fouls one off the screen, and he's behind 0-2. And when you get behind 0-2 to a pitcher like Quintanilla, one of a guy who certainly projects to have a great career in the Big 12, maybe beyond that, you just got to fight, stay alive, do what you can, because you know there's some nasty stuff that he has in his back pocket.
This is all about the eye, being able to see a pitch, and it's so difficult, especially with a 6'5" frame from Quintanilla.
0-2, Yamashiro, grounder to Cash at 30. Bobbles, throws to second. It's in time, just barely. That's a questionable call. Lima is out at second base. Yamashiro aboard first on the fielder's choice, 5-4. And the Oaks have runners on the corners with 2 gone. Sandoval on third. And Yamashiro again on first. And Ramon Gomez, the final hope for the Oaks here in the top of the first inning, trying to get on top early. Gomez waves the bat, awaits the first pitch from Quintanilla. Here it is. Fastball in there, a called strike. And a beautiful frame job from Ross Cadena, the catcher.
Gomez batting 5th today, but he's struggled this year. Only 2 hits, 11 at-bats, 6 strikeouts. Both those hits were singles, so this would be an opportune time, Jordan, to let one fly.
2 on, 2 out. 0-1 to Gomez. Time is called. And Gomez digs back in there. Versatile defender Gomez waiting for the bat to heat up. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed. Foul tipped into the glove of Cadena. 0-2. Oaks and Foresters, quite the history. Last time they matched up, the semifinal game of the CCL playoffs last year. Oaks bested the Foresters in that one 3-1. No balls and 2 strikes as Gomez calls for time. The ump grants it, I should say. Eric Ma sitting behind the plate doing scoring today. How you doing, Eric? 0-2 pitch gets away from the catcher, Ross Cadena, who recovers it. And it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Still scoreless, Oaks and Foresters. Slightly windy day. It was blowing out to left field during warm-ups. Wind has since shifted, and now it's swirling out to right field. 1-2. In the dirt, another good block from Cadena on the off-speed pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Gomez, who's been patient here in his first at-bat.
And as it gets deeper in the count, this is fastball zone right here. Cole Quintanilla, we know how much velocity he can get with that 6'5" frame. Gomez, you got to look for a fastball here. That's the pitch to hit.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Quintanilla raises the knee, the pitch. Line drive, left field, a base hit. In to score from third, it's Sandoval. And now Yamashiro comes in to score. That went all the way to the wall, and it's a 2-run single. It's the Oaks 2 and the Foresters nothing.
Massive hit from Gomez. First RBIs of the season, 2 runs. Top of the first. Great start here for the Oaks.
Company beer batter today. Strikeout in this order. And fans will get a 10-cent pint coupon from Pure Order.
What a clutch 2-out knock for Ramon Gomez to left field. A 2 RBI base hit. And now it's Zach Kamenko's turn, the catcher. Kamenko takes fastball in for a strike from Quintanilla. Said it before, Foresters were fresh off 2 shutouts, and the Oaks strike for 2 here in inning number 1. A clutch hit for Gomez. 0-1 to Kamenko. Swing and a line drive down the left field side. Out of play, it's 0-2. Oaks are taking some hacks early in this ballgame. They know Quintanilla's got some nasty stuff, so they're just jumping on him right now, swinging on whatever's close.
The fastballs are being hit in bunches here in Santa Barbara. And you mentioned the Foresters not allowing a run so far this year. In this rivalry, Jordan, all bets are off. Any game is its own, in its own universe.
0-2 is a chopper. Bergano will have to hurry. Runs in, field, sidearm toss to first is in time. A 6-3 put out to end the frame, but the Oaks strike for 2 runs on 2 hits. No errors, and they leave a runner on base. 2-0 Oaks through a half inning, and we'll see Travis Weston take the hill with a lead when we come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. First pitch is outside from Travis Weston, who's making his second appearance for the Conejo Oaks. His first time out went 2 2/3, gave up 2 earned runs. He struck out 4, including the first 3 he saw. Next pitch is high from Weston. 2 balls, no strikes from the crafty lefty. Throws anywhere from 4 to 6 pitches. Takes some speed off when he can. The 2-0. Outside, 3 balls, no strikes to Cash. Cash was integral in the Foresters' opening day 1-0 win, and it's going to be a 4-pitch walk to Ryan Cash out of Oklahoma State University.
Now batting for the Foresters, sponsored by Steve Brown. Please welcome the center fielder, number 8, Jacob Catsby.
Jacob Catsby, the center fielder, the left-handed hitter, ready to go. Batting second today for the Foresters. We'll get you their lineup in a second. Cash, an infielder from Oklahoma State, played in 40 games in 2017. The first pitch is called a strike to Catsby. Here's the lineup for Santa Barbara today. Ryan Cash, who just walked, leads off, followed by Jacob Katzby. Isaac Coffey in the 3-hole, followed by Zach Presno and Eric Kennedy. Blake Hall hitting number 6. Weston checks the runner at first base. And out of the plate, the pitch showing bunt is Katzby pulls back and the pitch is low. And it's a 1-1 count now. Katzby digs back in. Oaks defense straight away. Same with the outfield here. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. Weston aboard the hill. Digs onto the rubber. The 1-1. Bunt popped up into foul territory from first. Yamashiro has a look. He can't get there, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bill Pintard trying to get the runner over from first to second. Every run important in games like these, especially with how the Oaks staff finished yesterday's ball game. Certainly flash potential. For giving up 6 runs in the first half inning, the Oaks held Arroyo Seco scoreless for the next 9 innings. And won 7-6 in extras on a walk-off sac fly. Runner goes, and the pitch is fouled off. One ball, 2 strikes, a runner on. Oaks up 2-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. Katzby just trying to stay alive here. The throw over to first base, and Ryan Cash back in safely. Travis Weston this past year at Ventura College had quite the season. Was a hurler for that team. 1-2 as Weston checks the runner. A long pause, and he sets and offers from the belt. Breaking ball lifted out to deep right field. Going back McKinney, and he makes the catch with 5 steps before the track and throws the ball back into the infield. Out number 1 in the bottom of the first inning.
Chucks of Hawaii. Please welcome number 17, the designated hitter, Isaac Coffey.
Isaac Coffey, the designated hitter, batting third. Big righty. Anyway, back to Weston, who's listed at 6'2", 200 on the roster. And a Moore Park. This past year, he appeared 15 times and started 10 times. Cash goes from first base. The throw is not in time, and Cash shows off his speed here in this ball game. Steals second, gets his uniform dirty. One ball, no strikes now to Isaac Coffey, the DH. With an open stance, he awaits the pitch from the lefty. Huge lead off of second for Cash, and he dives back without a throw. Now he's got a really dirty uniform, Zach.
Already the pinstripes, got to be careful.
1-0 to Coffey. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Elevated heater above the belt, and it's 1-1.
Weston 88-89 on the fastball, but with the changeup and the curveball, he can take a little off. He can go 71-72 on the changeup, drop back to 68 or 69 for a little something different.
Had a 2.63 ERA this past season. 64 strikeouts. Next pitch, just a bit inside on the off-speed pitch, and it's 2 balls and a strike.
I think it's big today. Yesterday, the Oaks had to use 5 different pitchers, go deep into the bullpen. I think if Weston can give them at least 3-4 innings, maybe even 5 today, that would be huge for this game and going forward into the CCL season.
2-1. Cash teasing Weston with a big lead off of second. The 2-1 pitch. And that's off the plate as well. 3 balls and a strike. Travis Weston originally committed to SDSU. 3-1 pitch. Called a strike inside corner. Coffey takes a look back at the ump, indicating that he disagreed, but it doesn't matter. Count filled up at 3-2. So full count with 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. Oaks already on top, 2-0. The Foresters have the tying run at the plate. Full count pitch. Cash goes from second. Swinging a drive to deep left field. Steve Ledford makes the catch. The throw back to second. And Cash is back in sliding. Part of me, that was Steele Ledford, not Steve Ledford. Steele made a nice running catch in left field. Threw it back onto the infield. Cash has to stay at second. And after 2 hard-hit balls, there's 2 away and a runner on second.
The Foresters getting great contact. 1 long ball hit to right up against the wall. 1 to left. But Weston getting the outs, and that's really all that counts.
Here's Zach Presno, right-handed hitter. And a quick meeting on the mound between Zach Kamenko and Travis Weston. Weston fixing his landing spot on the mound, trying to get comfortable. New mound here at Pershing Park. Weston, his first appearance came at Cal Lutheran against the SoCal Cubs. Was impressive in that start. Now the big man, Zach Presno, with a runner on second and 2 outs. First pitch, swung on and missed. There's a changeup that confused Presno. Sawed him off, and it's 0-1. Oaks today had an early wake-up call, Zach. I know we were familiar with it.
Right around 6:30 a.m. trying to get ready for the game.
Yeah, bus left Cal Lutheran at 9 a.m. sharp. Quick drive to Santa Barbara. No traffic on a Sunday.
Absolutely breathtaking view, Jordan. All the way up.
Nothing in one pitch. Beautiful frame job from Kamenko, and it's 0-2 now. Zach Kamenko so subtle with that glove side movement.
Baseball game of millimeters, Jordan.
It is. Pitchers love that when a catcher can steal a strike for him. No balls, 2 strikes. Cash on second with a lot of speed. Weston trying to get out of inning number 1 scoreless. Breaking ball. Just a bit low. 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Presno out of Fresno State. 221 last season for Fresno. 32 runs, 45 RBIs on the year. He can drive in runs, Jordan.
Oh, yeah. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Kamenko blocks it, locates it in time to keep Cash at second. And the count is 2 balls and 2 strikes. Oaks have rotated a number of catchers early on in this season, as they always do.
Trying to figure out the right fits. Who works where.
Yeah, mostly it's been Daniel Krasnick and Kamenko splitting duties. Krasnick from Hawaii.
As we wait for Knox Leposer, who's a little busy.
Yeah.
Playing Arkansas today in the College Baseball World Series Super Regional.
A 2-2 pitch, swinging a high fly ball to medium deep right field. McKinney under it, and that's going to be a scoreless first inning for Travis Weston. He gives up a leadoff walk, but settles down from there. No runs, no hits, no errors, and Cash left at second. Oaks 2, Foresters nothing through 1 inning. Back to Pershing Park after this on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Back to Pershing Park. Top of the second inning where Trent McKinney will lead off. Kenny playing right field today, and we see our second look at Colt Quintanilla, a right-handed pitcher from Texas. His first pitch of the second, too low. 1 ball, no strikes. Pershing Park, named after John J. Pershing, famous U.S. Army officer in World War I. Called him Blackjack. The 1-0 pitch. Swinging a high, deep drive way back left field. Kennedy going back at the track. Looks up. It is gone. A solo shot for Trent McKinney. And the Oaks lead 3-0 to left center field. And no doubter. That hits one of the tents out there in the outfield. A blast from the right-handed hitter. And the Oaks are putting it to the Foresters here in the second inning. How about that for a shot to left field?
And we talked about yesterday, Trent McKinney started 0 for 7 on the season, came on 3 RBIs late in that game, including that huge 2 RBI double in the 8th inning.
First pitch is low to the new hitter, Gabe Baldovino. Baldovino has quickly become one of the most active hitters in the Oaks lineup. The 1-0 pitch, too low. It's 2-0. Yesterday, Baldovino had a base hit, reached on 2 different errors yesterday. Guess when you have that much speed, it fools defenders. Next pitch is fouled back, 2-1. Anyway, John J. Pershing was a commander of the American Expeditionary Forces on the Western Front in World War I, 1917-1918. That ball misses. 3 balls and a strike. Yeah, Pershing Park, a beautiful little gem here in Santa Barbara. Tennis courts to our left. 3-1. Off the plate, Baldovino earns his way aboard. Another walk. That's the second issued by Colt Quintanilla. And the Oaks now have some speed on first base with nobody out in the second.
Odekirk led off the game with a walk, ended up getting stuck out at second on a fielder's choice, but that inning went well. Already 3-0 lead for the Oaks here in the bottom of the second. Haven't even batted through the order once.
Again, the Foresters didn't give up a run the first 2 games of the season. Oaks came out to Santa Barbara swinging. Still warm from yesterday's comeback win. Oaks were down 6-0 after a half inning. 6-1 after the end of one. Had 2 runs in the 7th, 3 runs in the 8th to tie the game. Almost won it in the 9th, and then the Oaks did win it in the 10th on the Raul Sandoval sacrifice fly to right field. Their 3rd walk-off of the season already. High and tight off the plate. Want to note a steal. Ledford, actually, we're going to see a pinch hitter here in inning number 1 for Conejo.
Alexander Briggs.
It'll be Alex Briggs, number 14, pinch hitting. The right-handed hitter swings and grounds one to the left side. Virgiano dives for it. It gets into left field, and the Oaks aren't done here in inning number 2. In fact, they have 2 on with nobody out on a base hit to the shortstop. Trent McKinney.
Back to the top of the order for the Oaks, the shortstop, number 14, Tyler Odekirk.
It's Tyler Odekirk's turn at the top of the lineup. Walked and was thrown out at second in the first inning, and now we see him meeting on the mound. Ross Cadena. Wonder what they're saying. I mean, this is a guy, Quintanilla, especially with how much success he had in the Big 12 for a summer start. The Oaks are putting it to him.
Well, again, he's a young player, redshirt freshman, as it looks like there's a little bit of action in the Foresters bullpen. But this is not the start that you want, especially against a team that, as we've talked about before, Jordan, heading into this game, not much action from the Oaks lineup, and they're coming out here and they are hitting him. Nothing is working for Quintanilla. Second inning, no outs, 2 men on. It's a tough way to start, but this is where you build your mental toughness, where you see the kind of fortitude you have.
Odekirk shows bunt, pulls back a strike on the outside corner. 0-1. Odekirk digs back in with 2 on. Still nobody out in the frame. 3 straight bases reached by the Oaks. Ball in the dirt. Runners hold. 1 ball and a strike. Top of the second. Anyway, the Oaks bus this morning left at 9 a.m. Actually, they took the Padres Fan Express bus from Thousand Oaks, which you'd think would be an upgrade over last year's bus, but it wasn't. 1-1 pitch, inside corner 1-2. Yeah, a few people were upset on the bus about the lack of USB ports to charge their phones, which won't hurt in the morning, but it will hurt later in the day on the way back. Anyway, something small. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Odekirk. Pitch in, strike 3 called. At the knees, and Odekirk is eliminated here in the second. The first strikeout of the ballgame for Cole Quintanilla. 2 runs on 2 hits for the Oaks in the first inning. A run on 2 hits so far here in the second. And in comes the right-handed hitter, the center fielder, Raul Sandoval. Reached base and scored a run after a fielder's choice. 5-4 in the first. First pitch. Slider in there, a strike. 0-1.
Looks like whatever they talked about during that mound visit really calmed Quintanilla down, because since the visit, nothing but strikes right down the Oaks' throat, Jordan.
Next pitch, swung on and hit hard, but fouled down the right side. 0-2, and the Foresters PA requesting that baseball back. It's early in the season. You'd think they'd have enough to get through a couple weeks.
Maybe they want to get it out of the road.
Perhaps. 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed, geared back and threw it by him. And after Quintanilla had no strikeouts through 1 inning and 3 batters, he's got 2 now, 2 away here in the second. Here comes Nico Lima, who rocketed a base hit into left field his first time up. Later thrown out at second base on a fielder's choice. DHing today, so he can just focus on hitting some tanks. Already seen 1 home run. Breaking ball inside, 1-0. Yeah, Nico Lima just seems due for that first home run of the season. Yesterday, flew out to very deep left field in the 8th inning.
He's been close.
Part of a 2-hit performance yesterday. What better ballpark to do it in than here? 1-0 pitch stays up, and it's 2 balls and no strikes with 2 on. 3-0 Oaks. The defending champs not letting the Foresters get their revenge. Quintanilla gathers, gets his sign, sets at the belt. Checks the runner and offers. Breaking ball. There's a strike, 2-1. Dropping the hammer in there. Foresters have long been known to be the elite summer collegiate baseball program on the West Coast. 2-1 pitch, swinging a high fly ball to center field. Shouldn't be a problem for Catsby. He's under it and makes the play to end the inning. But the Oaks get another run on 2 hits, no errors, and they strand a couple aboard. 3-0 through 1.5 from Pershing Park. Back with the bottom of the second inning in just a minute on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the second inning, Eric Kennedy, the left fielder, in against the lefty Travis Weston. Breaking ball stays up, 1 ball, no strikes. Oaks up 3-0 after 2 in the first, 1 in the second on a home run from Trent McKinney to left center field. The second home run for the Oaks this summer. 1-0 to the lefty. Taken outside, 2-0. Ended the last inning trying to get into a story about how good the Foresters have been for a long time. And, well, they have been really, really good. 2-0 pitch is foul tip, 2-1. But for as good as they've been, for how long they have been good, last year's roster was one of their better ones, and the past few seasons have been especially remarkable for Santa Barbara. In fact, they just had a program record 18 players drafted in this year's draft. 2-1 pitch, fouled back, and it's 2-2.
I believe that includes a first-round pick. I want to say Isaiah Campbell, but I'm going to check to make sure.
No.
Not Isaiah Campbell.
Good try, though. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
I looked at it
lefty.
earlier. It starts with an I, right? Isaac?
Nope. You want to keep guessing here?
I mean,
I could just get. I have the information in front of me.
I really thought I saw Isaac. Okay, go ahead.
Meeting as Zach Kamenko seems to be shaken up. Looks like he's flexing his left leg. Looks to be all right. Catchers are tough. Yeah, 18 different MLB draft selections for the Foresters this past year. Josh Jung was the 8th overall pick in the draft to the Texas Rangers. Hit .341 for the Sturs. And last year he led the Texas Tech Red Raiders into the NCAA playoffs. He was number 1. There's a fly ball to right field into the glove of the right fielder McKinney. 1 gone here in the second. Second was the Oregon Duck, Spencer Steer.
Number 7, Blake Hall.
Forster's website actually lists Brandon Lewis as the 3rd one. Brandon Lewis was never on the Foresters roster over a summer. He was on the Oaks roster for the summer. But after the CCL playoffs last year, Brandon Lewis was added to the Foresters roster for the national tournament in Omaha. Swing and a miss, 0-1 to Blake Hall, the right fielder. Yeah, it's a funny coincidence, I guess. Not really a coincidence. Brandon Lewis earned his way aboard that team after earning that CCL MVP last year. 0-1 turns to 0-2, breaking ball in there. For a strike, Travis Weston seems to be settling into this ball game. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Weston winds and fires. Swung on and missed. Changeup got him swinging. Strikeout number 1 for Travis Weston. And in comes the next hitter, Ross Cadena, after 2 quick outs in the bottom of the second inning. It's interesting, for as good as the Foresters lineup was last year, the Oaks saw some really great pitching performances against the Foresters. Alrighty, Cadena waits for the first pitch. Breaking ball stays up, 1-0.
The roster this year for the Foresters just as loaded. Waiting on a couple guys coming in, playing in the College Baseball World Series from Texas Tech. A couple, Oklahoma, West Virginia.
1-0 pitch, too low, 2-0.
But man, oh man, they have got some hurlers. They've got some hitters. That's going to be yet again a perennial powerhouse.
They always are. And Bill Pintard wouldn't expect anything less, the head coach of the Foresters. Hall of Famer. Pintard, the head Yankees scout. 2 balls, no strikes to the righty Cadena. The pitch in. Too low. Kamiko tried to steal it. Umpire disagrees. It's 3-0.
So I figured out where I saw Isaiah Campbell, Jordan.
Where'd you see him?
He was a former Oak that was drafted by the Seattle Mariners.
2nd round this past year.
So he was drafted, just not from the Foresters.
3-0 right down the middle. 3 balls and a strike.
That doesn't mean I wasn't wrong, but...
Well, it means you were wrong.
Yeah.
And that you should own it. We're all wrong sometimes. It's okay.
That's what I said. I just said it in more words.
Mm-hmm. Really eloquent.
Thank
3-1 pitch. Begins to go, but holds up, and that is high for a walk. The first issued by Travis Weston today.
Thanks to our friends at Endless Summer, it's time for the Endless Summer Chowder Batter.
This past year at Ventura, Travis Weston did not walk too many hitters. He was really good in that area. In 75 and a third innings, he only walked 18 batters, and 4 of those walks came in his final start of the year when his arm was huffing and puffing. 1 on, 2 outs. Here's the lefty, Tommy Holguin. A strike, it's 0-1. Weston mowing down the Foresters so far. Pardon me, that was the second walk issued for Weston today. Big lead at first for Cadena, the catcher. 0-1 pitch, breaking ball ripped to right field into the gap. Let's see how far it goes. Rounding second, going to third is Cadena. Coming into second is Holguin. And Holguin is going to be held at third as the ball is on the infield in time. That'll be a stand-up double for Holguin. 2 on, 2 outs for the Foresters. And in comes the new hitter, the shortstop, Brett
Borgonia.
I'll get it.
The shortstop, number 4, Brett Borgonia.
The first hit of the ball game for Santa Barbara.
There goes the no-hit, Jordan.
Yeah.
Took a little longer than normal, but there it goes.
So a tough spot for Travis Weston. Let's see how he maneuvers out of it. Borgano, small right-handed hitter, awaits the first pitch from Weston. He checks the runner at second and offers. The appeal over to first base. Yes, he did go, says the first base umpire on the low fastball. No balls and a strike. Oaks 3, Foresters nothing. Stars trying to claw their way back on a gorgeous day in Santa Barbara. Weston gathers after he gets his sign from Kamiko. A long look at second. And the pitch. Change up too low. 1 ball and a strike. It's always been a fierce rivalry between Caneo and the Foresters. The Foresters, on paper, historically, they've had more talent. Plain and simple. 1-1. Swing and a foul off the screen to the right side. 1 ball, 2 strikes. But despite that talent advantage, the reason why this rivalry is so good is because the Oaks have just had the Foresters' number on a number of occasions. The latest chapter, the semifinal game last year, one of the Foresters' best rosters, had some wicked arms in that rotation last year. Jackson Wolf, Hunter Bro, 1-2 out, high on the fastball. Weston trying to get Borgano to chase, 2-2. But the Oaks, similar to today, they got up early in games. Saw some great performances from Dylan Francis, Justin Friedman against this team. 2-2, 2 out, 2 on. 3-0
All it takes
Oaks.
is one good day, Jordan.
The pitch fouled back to the screen again. 3 runs on 4 hits for the Oaks, no errors, no runs a hit. No official errors yet for the Foresters, but that could change once we receive word. Good crowd shuffling into Pershing Park today.
It's a beautiful day to watch some baseball, Jordan.
Oh, yeah. The 2-2 pitch, fouled back again. Quite a battle between Borgano and Travis Weston. Turning into a long at-bat here, and we talked about it briefly, but in these situations, Weston likes to give hitters a different look. We've seen a few changeups, breaking balls, fastballs. In Weston's back pocket, he can shade 2 or 3 more miles an hour off of his velocity of that changeup if he wants.
And he is more than willing to go with a 2-2 or 3-2 curveball, as we've learned.
A 2-2 pitch, a heater, fouled off again by Borgano. We're hearing it from the Foresters fans, who have filled in the bleachers quite nicely on the left side of the field. Pretty interesting. You come to Pershing Park, it just feels like a public park right near the ocean. Little do a lot of the locals know that these guys on the field, a lot of them could turn into Major League Baseball players one day. Pretty interesting environment. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Weston peers in for a sign as Borgano is granted time.
Every CCL park, as we've seen, is unique in its own way, but
That's what makes it fun.
that's what you go to every park and it's a different environment. Obviously, Jackie Robinson Stadium, beautiful, planted right in the middle of the hills, right next to the Rose Bowl. But
The 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, called strike 3 at the knees. And Travis Weston is through 2 scoreless innings. He sends down Borgano on strikes, his second strikeout of the ball game. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, and the Foresters strand 2 runners in scoring position. It's the Oaks 3, the Sturs nothing through 2 full from Pershing Park. Back for the 3rd inning when we come back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Ryan Yamashiro leads off the top half of the 3rd inning for the Conejo Oaks, up 3-0 over the Sturs. Cole Quintanilla's first pitch is low. So far in this game, Quintanilla's given up 3 runs on 4 hits to the Oaks. He's also left 3 runners aboard. 1-0 to Yamashiro. A strike, 1-1. Yamashiro reached base on a fielder's choice in the first and came around to score on the 2 RBI base hit by Ramon Gomez. Swung on and missed, 1-2 to Yamashiro. Entering today, Yamashiro had some pretty electric numbers for the Oaks. 385, 3 extra base hits. Next pitch is fouled off. He had the first home run of the season for the Conejo Oaks, the opposite field shot, and the 5-2 loss to Arroyo Seco earlier this week. That was on June the 7th. 1-2 pitch to Yamashiro. Ground ball to the left side on an elevated heater. Charging from short, Borgano throws to first base, not in time. Yamashiro beats it out for a base hit. Hit number 5 for the Oaks through only 2 innings, Zach.
Ramon Gomez.
I don't know what it was. Maybe it was the comeback yesterday. But this team looks a little bit different today, more aggressive. And maybe it's as simple as the Foresters and Quintanilla, he's throwing strikes consistently. They know it's going to be there, and they're attacking. Runner on first, high and tight to the new hitter, Ramon Gomez, 1-0.
I don't think enough can be said about how much baseball is a rhythm game. So you talk about scoring 5 runs, scoring 6 runs in the last 3 or 4 innings last night, getting your juices flowing, feeling like you're getting a rhythm, and bringing that into this morning game or afternoon game here.
Breaking ball called a strike at the top of the zone, 1-1.
And as you mentioned, they're seeing a lot of fastballs, seeing a lot of pitches to hit. And when you're free swinging like this, Good things can happen, Jordan.
As we've seen early on in this ball game. Gomez is 1 for 1 with a 2 RBI base hit to left his first time. Hard fastball in there for a strike, 1 and 2. Gomez, one of the most naturally gifted Oaks this season, entered today's game hitting 182. But he has shown signs of heating up the last couple games. Yamashiro, a comfortable lead at first. The pitch is elevated and fought off by Gomez. It's a perfect example of Ramon Gomez's quick hands at the plate. That's a pitch with velocity above the letters. That's a tough pitch for a right-handed hitter to get to.
Absolutely.
And Gomez just fought it off. No big deal.
Live to fight another day. Sometimes it's all you can do, and he's doing it right here.
1-2. Breaking ball, tapped. Could be a perfect location. Gomez races the first. The throw from Quintanilla is in time. But Yamashiro advances to second base on what will be ruled a fielder's choice. Oh, pardon me. It'll just be ruled a 1-3 put out as Yamashiro advances.
Yet again here, a runner in scoring position for the Oaks. Third straight inning. They've been in action.
Zach Kamenko entered today's game, hitting .333, 2 for 6 on the young season. And his hits, as we have expected, have come at opportune times. Swings and misses at a first pitch expressed down the middle. 0-1. Kamenko grounded out to shortstop back in the first inning for the final out. Now runner in scoring position, Kamenko trying to pack on another on the Foresters. Breaking ball, a high fly ball hit pretty well to center field. Catsby under it, makes the catch. Yamashiro begins to tack from second, but comes back as the throw is cut off by the shortstop, Borgano. Fly out to center field, 2 gone. And here comes Trent McKinney. Look at him. Doesn't he seem loose heading in for a second at bat? I'd be loose too after a home run in the first inning off of a really good freshman Big 12 pitcher. Launched one into left center field.
Obviously the confidence from McKinney. He just exudes it, exudes the confidence. And I mean, again, I would too, hitting that bomb to left center last time up.
First pitch is a strike, 0-1. Yamashiro began the inning with an infield base hit on a slow roller to Borgano at short. Now he's on second after advancing on the Gomez 1-3 ground out. Next pitch, McKinney early on the breaking ball and rolls one to the left side foul. He's behind 0-2. McKinney showed signs yesterday of breaking out. Had a big game against the Arroyo Seco Saints. Had 3 hits. Had 3 RBIs also. 2 singles and a double. Double came in the 9th inning. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yamashiro off of second. The pitch in, swung on and missed on a breaking ball. And that'll end the inning. That is strikeout number 3 for Cole Quintanilla. And in the inning for the Oaks, no runs, a hit, no errors, and a runner left. We're through 2.5 with the Oaks on top 3-0 on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
2.
Back to the top of the order to lead off the bottom of the third inning will be Ryan Cash. Walked and stole a bag in the first inning before being stranded at second after 3 straight flyouts. Foresters behind 3-0. Unfamiliar territory for them. First pitch from Weston, a strike on the inside corner, 0-1. It's interesting, the Oaks have rallied from behind in each of their 3 wins this year. This is really the first time where they've been up in a ball game early this season.
New territory.
Next pitch, a fly ball in the infield, foul territory. Yamashiro under it and catches it on the line on the cut of the outfield grass. 1 gone in inning number 3.
But we've seen the blown leads before. Obviously, the first game had a 9-5 lead.
That's
gave
right.
up 8 runs to the Cubs. A little tighter of a lead here, 3-0. But if you don't stay focused, we know the Foresters can get on you quick.
Oh, yeah. Lightning in a bottle for sure. Jacob Catsby, his second at-bat, flew out to right his first time. Left-on-left matchup against the lefty Weston. Breaking ball in there for a strike. You know, Travis Weston, more than any other Oak pitcher this year, has really just mixed up what he's throwing in different counts. And you can do that when you can throw 4 or 5 pitches for a strike. As the 0-1 comes in. Fastball this time. Swinging a foul. Coming in from third. And having a look is Ramon Gomez, but it's off the screen and out of play, 0-2.
And we see that a lot with guys, as we mentioned. He doesn't quite get up to 90. So when your velocity is not quite there, you have to have really, really good action on your pitches. And we've seen the curveball work. We've seen both versions of his changeup work. We talked to his father today, actually, and Kurt Weston, and he said he can throw a little slider in there sometimes. We haven't seen it yet this summer, but maybe he'll break it out here.
Yeah, he's been messing around with a few new pitches. The 0-2 in. Swung on and missed, fooling the left-handed hitter, Catsby. And he's down on strikes. That is strikeout number 2 for Travis Weston.
Please welcome designated hitter number 17.
Pardon me, that's strikeout number 3 for Travis Weston. Got Blake Hall down on strikes in the second. Borgano to end the second inning. And now Catsby eliminated. That's 3 strikeouts as Isaac Coffey comes in. The final hope for the Foresters here in the third. Breaking ball, a strike. And Travis Weston is warming up to this ball game.
Oh, I was about to say all of his stuff is working right now. Painting the corners, inside, outside, fastballs, getting the pitchers, getting the hitters looking. Man, oh man, he's looking good.
0-1 to Coffey. The DH takes, and it's up. 1-1. Yeah, we were talking earlier, 18 different picks in the MLB draft for the Foresters. 1-1, up and tight, 2-1. Just a model organization. I mean, these kids come from all over the country to play summer ball in Southern California. You don't get a much better experience than here in Santa Barbara. 2-1. High, 3-1. And part of that experience starts with the head coach, Bill Pintard, right? I mean, talk about a guy experienced in the game of baseball. Head Yankees scout. He's got connections all over the country. He knows the game better than almost anyone. 5-pitch walk issued by Weston. That's the 3rd walk he's given up today. And now a runner aboard with 2 gone as Zach Presno comes in.
The cleanup hitter, sponsored by Big Green Cleaning Company. The first
Presno,
number 27, Zach
flew out to
Presno.
right field his first time up. Chase Illig, who was touted as one of the top prospects last year for the Foresters, was taken in the 29th round by the Yankees. Wonder where that connection came from. The first pitch is low for a ball to Zach Presno, the first baseman. Something tells me Bill Bintard put in a pretty good word for him.
That's a great connection. Talk about networking, Jordan.
Just speculation, obviously. 1 ball, no strikes to Presno. A runner on first. With 2 gone, Weston checks the runner. A long pause in the pitch. Swing and a miss. Heater thrown right by him.
Maybe we could talk to him. He could introduce us to Michael Kay or John Sterling, Jordan.
Boy, would that be cool. 1 ball, 1 strike to the righty. Weston checks the runner. With 2 gone in the inning, here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Another heater from Weston, located well. And Fresno down to his final strike. Sun beginning to shift towards our eyes here in Santa Barbara. Top of the 3rd inning. Wind slightly out to right field. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Weston trying to get through 3 clean innings against one of the best summer collegiate teams in the nation. 1-2 pitch. Too low on the changeup. A good take by Fresno. Quite a market for left-handed pitchers who throw like Travis Weston. I mean, from the right side, 88 with a good slider. I mean, that's a good repertoire to have, but from the left side, that's really highly coveted by some college coaches around the country.
Absolutely.
That's why you see scouts all over the place today checking out the left-handed pitcher.
And if they aren't, they will be soon, Jordan.
No doubt about that. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 away, a runner on. 3-0 Oaks. The pitch. Up and inside, and the count's full. The one knock on Weston today has been that he has lost a few hitters. And I know Weston takes pride in that he doesn't walk too many hitters, but this is a patient Foresters lineup. They've seen some really quality pitching, not just in the summer season, which has only been 2 games, but these are guys who play at some big-time Division I schools. The 3-2, class dismissed on a fastball up. Strikeout number 4 for Travis Weston, and he is through 3 scoreless innings. In the inning, no runs on, no hits, no errors, and Coffee left aboard first base. Through 3 full Oaks, 3 Foresters, nothing on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Top of the 4th inning. Oaks on top 3-0 for play-by-play duties. Here's my partner, Zach Engberg.
Thank you so much, Jordan. Exciting first 3 innings, 3 runs for the Oaks, including that bomb from Trent McKinney. We are coming at you once again live here in Santa Barbara from Pershing Park. Beautiful day. Jordan and I are here sunscreen clad, trying to fight off the sun. Mountains in the background, blue skies with little cloudy streaks. And here in the top of the 4th inning, first pitch to... Let me Check the roster. First pitch to Gabe Baldovino here in the top of the fourth is low and outside, 1-0 count. The Foresters have a new pitcher, Brock Helverson, out of West Virginia University, 6'3" righty, as the 1-0 pitch, once again low and away, 2-0 count to Baldovino. Cole Quintanilla, the 6'5" Texas righty, went 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks. All 3 runs were earned as the 2-0 pitch is in there. Paints the outside corner, strike 1, 2-1 count to Baldovino. And Quintanilla early on, Jordan, we mentioned, he was throwing a lot of fastballs, struggling to trick the Oaks hitters. But later on, as the 1-2 or 2-1 pitch, big swing and a miss from Baldovino. Quintanilla started catching up. 3 strikeouts late in his outing.
He settled into the outing, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. And Brock Helverson, West Virginia, big-time program. He's absolutely a dominant pitcher. The 2-2 pitch is low and outside, 3-2 count. Helverson this year, 12 appearances, 16 innings pitched, 6.75 ERA, 14 strikeouts, 11 walks. Struggle a little bit in West Virginia, but once again, the competition is tough. The full count pitch, Baldovino drives it. Foul ball down the right side.
Baldovino has sprayed the ball all over the yard the first few games for the Oaks. He's a small guy, but don't be fooled. This guy can hit.
He is. They have a lot of pure hitters in this lineup. We talked about Ramon Gomez, Trent McKinney. Baldovino is absolutely one of them. The full count pitch from Helverson. Baldovino again drives it. Roller to the first baseman. Can't corral it, and Baldovino is on first here in the top of the 4th inning.
That'll be an error on the first baseman, Zach Presno, on that one.
Couldn't quite handle it.
Took a really bad hop. It looked like he had that one measured at first base. The final hop it took, I don't know if it hit a little pebble or something, but it just went right underneath his legs. Baldovino and the Oaks will take it, though, no doubt about it.
Alexander Briggs up, the 9-hole hitter here for the Oaks. Helverson readies. Delivers. Bounces in the dirt, low and away. Baldovino looks like he was looking to go. Jumps back. Dangerous play for Baldovino. 1-0 count. And we talked about at Cal Luther and Spark Anderson Field some really weird bounces that the balls have taken the last couple days. And look here at Pershing Park as well. Same thing.
It ain't quite the Dodger Stadium infield in the CCL.
Absolutely not. 1-0 pitch from Helverson delivers. Baldovino running to second. Slides in there, and he is safe. And that's a stolen base for Gabe Baldovino. We've talked about his speed a little bit right there. And suddenly the Oaks, with a runner in scoring position, no outs here in the top of the 4th inning.
That's the 3rd stolen base of the season for Gabe Baldovino.
That's a dangerous guy to have at the bottom of the order in the 8-hole. Gets on base, steals, setting the table for the top of the order. The 2-0 pitch here to Alexander Briggs. Low in there. That's a strike. 2-1 count here in the top of the 4th. Briggs this season coming into the game struggled a little bit, just like a lot of the Oaks hitters. 1 hit in 8 at-bats, but that 1 hit ended up scoring a run. 2 strikeouts. 2-1 pitch, skied, foul ball right over our heads. 2-2 count.
For a Blenders in the Grass smoothie card.
Ooh. I love this PA guy early on in this ball game.
Silky smooth voice. I love it. Did you hear that? Free Blenders smoothie.
Yeah, I'd like to get a smoothie.
I might have to run and grab that ball, Jordan. 2-2 pitch. Helverson readies, delivers. Briggs with a soft little swing, looks like couldn't quite make up his mind, swung it there, and that's a strikeout from the big righty from West Virginia. Briggs down.
Back to the top of the order for the Oaks.
4th strikeout for today for the Oaks, and coming back at the top of the order will be Tyler Odekirk. Reached on a walk to lead off the game in the 1st inning. Ended up being caught out in a fielder's choice, and in the 2nd inning struck out looking. First pitch to Odekirk. Grounds it to the second baseman,
and that's an easy 4-3 put out. But it gets Baldovino over to third as Sandoval comes up.
Yeah, Raul Sandoval.
Raul Sandoval.
You know, he hasn't been seeing the ball as well as he'd like to the past few days, but again, he has still done exactly what he's had to do for the Oaks. He hustled to first base, earning a fielder's choice in the first inning of this game. That was a big play that led to a run in the first inning.
Absolutely.
Was 0 for 5 heading into extras yesterday and had the game-winning sacrifice fly.
First pitch, Sandoval ducks. Baldovino comes in. He's going to have to retreat back to third base.
I think it hit the top of the bat. So that's going to be
strike one.
Yeah, the scariest foul ball of Raul Sandoval's career.
0-1 count from Helverson to Sandoval. Helverson's frame delivers, and a big swing and a miss. Raul Sandoval cannot quite catch up to that one from Helverson.
Helverson has some deception in his delivery. It seems from the right side the ball just stays lower to the ground than a normal right-handed pitcher and has that extra pick-me-up the final 10 or 15 feet.
The 2-strike pitch low in the dirt.
And I think part of the reason is if you look at the arm angle on Brock Helverson, he's not throwing over the top like a normal right-hander would. He's throwing it from almost a, not quite sidearm, but like a 3/4 arm angle. Tough to pick up.
The 1-2 pitch delivers in there, and that's a big strike 3 to Raul Sandoval. The Oaks that inning get a runner on. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. The Oaks still lead 3-0 as we head into the bottom of the 4th inning. For the Foresters, Eric Kennedy will lead off in the 5-hole. Come back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
And run around the bases, just like the Foresters. Visit our Forester staff behind third base.
Welcome back to the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Zach Engberg and Jordan Brenner here from Pershing Park in beautiful Santa Barbara, California. The Foresters up here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The first pitch is a little dribbler bunt. Weston picks it up, can't quite get it. Eric Kennedy with a bunt single here to open up the bottom of the 4th inning, and the Foresters have a runner on. Only the second hit of the game, Jordan, for the Foresters. But sometimes, as you know, when you got to get it going, just try to bunt on, and the ball starts rolling.
Somewhere in the dugout, Bill Pintard made that call. And I don't know how he has the scouting report on the Oaks, but something tells me that was the game plan heading into the inning. A perfectly placed bunt from Eric Kennedy, and you're right. Only hit number 2 off of Travis Weston.
He's been working everything lately, Weston has, in here for the 4th inning. First pitch to Blake Hall, the right fielder. Hitting out of the 5-hole is low and outside 1-0 count. Weston, as we've mentioned, has been impressive today in his second start of the season.
Just looks locked in the moment. Not getting too high, too low. He's just floating along.
The 1-0 pitch to the center fielder, Hall. Fouls the ball off as Kennedy was running from first to second. Looked like a hit and run there. 1-1 count.
It was a hit and run, and again, I mean, coaches like Dave Solis and Bill Pintard, they know when to pull the string. These are thought-out moves in this ball game. Bill Pintard trying to get this offense going.
They've had nothing going so far today. Still no runs heading into the bottom of the fourth. Very unusual for the Foresters. The 1-1 pitch dribbled, bounces off the third baseman's glove, and the Foresters have runners on first and second here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Gomez couldn't quite corral it. Dove, bounced right off his glove. As we've mentioned, game of millimeters, especially there in the hot corner. Foresters 2 runners on, and Ross Cadena, the catcher, up here in the bottom of the fourth inning with an absolute chance right here to close the gap or even tie the game.
He had a good at-bat in the second inning, walked. But back to that play to Gomez at third. He was playing shallow on that play. It was just hit too hard for him to react in time. Actually made a good play to just get his glove onto it, but again, too hard hit from Blake Hall. 2 on, nobody out.
Weston here after a successful first 3 innings, getting into a little trouble here in the fourth. It'll be interesting to see early in the season what he does in the little jam here. First pitch to Cadena, bunts. Gomez picks it up. Does he have a play at first? And he gets him. Big play from Gomez, brought the runners advance. The bunt is successful. 1 down here in the bottom of the fourth, but the Foresters have 2 runners in scoring position. Down 3-0 in the bottom of the fourth inning.
Ramon Gomez just turned the heads of a lot of scouts in the stands on that play. A perfect bunt off the bat of Ross Cadena. Credit to him. But Gomez charged and in one motion fielded and fired to first on the sidearm delivery right on the button to Ryan Yamashiro for a big first out. But the Foresters 2 in scoring position here for a big hitter and Tommy Holguin.
Tactical moves. Tactical from Pintard. Tommy Holguin, 8-hole hitter. First pitch is low. And we talked to Gabe Baldovino, who obviously is a very versatile defender, after the game against the Cubs, after the walk-off win. And he mentioned how, out of all the positions, third base is just the hardest, the hot corner. I mean, there's a reason they call it that. 1-0 pitch is in there for a strike to Holguin.
You're absolutely right. That's exactly what it is. The hot corner gets on you quickly, and you have to make a decision in the blink of an eye. And you're expected to make those plays on a consistent basis if you want to be a professional.
Absolutely. Holguin had a double in the second inning. Couldn't get in. Fouls that pitch off. And you talk about some of the best third basemen in the game. You talk about a Matt Chapman. You talk about a Nolan Arenado. You talk about some of the greats in history. Brooks Robinson, Mike Schmidt. They are all, it's such a hard position to play that when you are that great at it, you truly stand out.
And you make it look easy when you're really good.
Oh, my goodness.
You make the hard plays look routine.
The 1-2 pitch here to Holguin, looking to get another strikeout. Close the gap in this inning. 1 out at a time here for Weston with 2 runners on. Holguin swings, fouls it off right over the Foresters' dugout, and it stays 1-2.
Thank you very much.
The PA guy is rocking a sombrero. He knew something that we didn't know. This sun is really beating down on us right now, and he's definitely prepared for it.
He's working, but he's not dressed like he's working, Jordan. That's a great outfit.
Yeah, he looks like he's on vacation.
That's the life to live right there.
Now, why not? He lives in Santa Barbara.
The 1-2 pitch is up and away. Holguin holds off. Looked like he wanted to go there. Held off. 2-2 pitch. Or 2-2 count here to the 8-hole hitter.
Get out of it, boys.
Weston looking to get out of the inning. 2-2 pitch, 1 out. And he plunks Holguin right on the back shoulder. Tosses the bat. Looked like he had a word or two for Weston, and right here, bases loaded for the Foresters in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dangerous situation for Weston.
That's a stinger, and here comes Coach Solis from the dugout. We'll see if he makes the move here. I suspect he's going to ask Travis how he's feeling now. Coach Solis always loves to hear from his pitchers, see how they feel before he makes a decision. And oftentimes, Coach Solis will listen to the player, but this is a tough situation that Travis Weston has put himself in after 2 base hits. One of them was a bunt, a hit by pitch. And nobody's really squared up Travis Weston all game long, but again, you have a team as good as the Foresters, you have to be prepared for the big hit to happen because there are just so many good players. Coach Solis is anticipating that and seeing if he can offer some words of wisdom to his lefty.
If he stays in, he'd be facing Brett Borgonio, the 9-hole hitter at the bottom of the order. And it is an interesting situation because, as you mentioned, it's bases loaded, it's dangerous. Weston has not gone this far in a game yet this summer. Hadn't pitched for almost a month. Last time pitched May 3rd for Ventura. And right here, there's a lot of opportunity. If you strike out this batter at the 9, only 2 outs, you only need to get that 1 out. Also an opportunity for a double play here. But you want to avoid the top of the order. You want to try to get the play out right here and head into the top of the 5th with a fresh start.
Yeah, so Lees has a right-handed pitcher going in the Oaks bullpen. Can't identify his number, but Solis putting an awful lot of trust in his lefty to face the right-handed hitting Borgonio. But Borgonio did strike out his only time up today. Maybe that factored into the decision.
Struck out looking in the 2nd inning. Weston stares down Borgonio, trying to get his head right. Ready's the pitch. Big leg kick. First pitch is in there on the outside corner. Beautiful pitch, 0-1 count. And we've seen this before. His first outing, Weston, dominant early. First 2 innings, went into the 3rd inning, started to struggle, started to unravel a little bit, gave up a couple runs. The 0-1 pitch, dribbled, ground ball to second. 6-4-3 double play. The Oaks right there. Huge out, huge pitch from Weston, huge play from the defense. The Oaks get out of the inning unscathed. And the Foresters, no runs, 2 hits, no errors, 3 runners left on base. Oaks still lead 3-0 here heading into the top of the 5th inning. We'll be right back at you on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
A little bit of entertainment for the fans.
And we are back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network in beautiful Santa Barbara, California. Perfect day here for some baseball. As we head into the top of the 5th inning, the Oaks leading 3-0. And the first pitch to Nico Lima, swing and a miss, fouled off, 0-1 count. And we have a new pitcher for the Foresters, big lefty, Christian Winston, the junior out of San Diego State, my alma mater, Aztec kindred spirit. And I'll get you Brock Helverson's stats here after the 0-1 pitch.
Am I detecting some homerism right now?
Absolutely not, Jordan, never. 0-1 pitch, Lima drives it. Left center field, looks like it's not going to go. It had a shot. The center fielder, Jacob Katzfi, had a beat on it. And that's one down here in the top of the 5th inning. Next up, Ryan Yamashiro out of the cleanup spot here. Yamashiro 1-for-2 today. Reached base in the first inning on a fielder's choice. Ended up scoring in the 3rd inning. Reached on a single. Was left on base. Helverson, 1 inning. No runs, no hits, 2 strikeouts, no walks. Productive 1 inning. And the first pitch to Yamashiro in there for a strike. Christian Winston last year at San Diego State. 21.2 innings pitched. 4.98 ERA. Struggled a little bit for the Aztecs. The 0-1 pitch to Yamashiro in the dirt, in front of the plate, 1-1 pitch. But he played Winston last year in the Alaskan Baseball League. Was a little bit more successful. Under 3 ERA. In his last 15 innings, the 1-1 pitch, Yamashiro grounds it up the middle, and it gets through. That's another base hit for Ryan Yamashiro. And the Oaks have something going here with 1 down in the top of the 5th inning.
When you're going right, it just seems like you find hits, and that's what Ryan Yamashiro has done today. Not only once on his infield hit to shortstop in the 3rd, but now here in the 5th inning, he just rolls one through the middle. Not hard hit, but Yamashiro is now 2 for 3, and he's been aboard all 3 times as he was on base and scored a run in the 1st on a fielder's choice.
Up now, Ramon Gomez. The first pitch from the lefty. Winston is in there for a strike. And we've mentioned before, in baseball, a lot of times, it's not necessarily about how far you hit the ball. It's just about placement. And right there, perfect placement, right in between the shortstop and the second baseman, and he's on here in the top of the 5th inning. Ramon Gomez readies the pitch. Gomez right to the shortstop. 6-4-3. That's a double play for the Foresters. They get out of the inning unscathed. Christian Winston, an effective 5th inning, first inning of work for him. The Oaks, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, no runners left aboard after that 6-4-3 double play. As we head into the bottom of the 5th inning, the Foresters will be up to bat. The Oaks lead 3-0. Come back, and we'll have the rest of the game for you on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Time for the Phoenix Red.
And welcome back to beautiful Pershing Park here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Travis Weston, after quelling the damage in the bottom of the 4th inning, no runs after that huge double play, back out for the 5th inning up against the Foresters. First pitch here in the bottom of the 5th is outside, 1-0 count. Second pitch high and away quickly in the hole, 2-0. Weston, it looked like Solis obviously had faith, but it was not looking good there in the bottom of the 4th. Was able to get out of the jam, coming back out here in the bottom of the 5th in line for a win. Third pitch, quickly 3-0. Zach Kamenko telling his pitcher, calm down, you're good. You've been playing well today.
And Zach Kamenko is so great at that. He's one of the best at the collegiate level at handling a starting pitcher defensively. He doesn't have the best arm, but he has one of the best minds.
Absolutely. And the 3-0 pitch to the top of the order, hitter Ryan Cash is in there for a strike. 3-1 count to Cash. Cash today reached on a walk to start the game. 4-pitch walk from Weston. And the 3-1 pitch is in there again. It's a full count here to Cash. One of the only base runners that Weston has allowed today up until the last inning. And then he popped out his last time up in the 3rd inning. Cash skies it to right field. McKinney makes the play. Hat comes off, runs in. He was playing deep, came in to make the play, and there's one down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And the 2-hitter, Jacob Catsby, the center fielder, up here in the bottom of the 5th. Catsby so far today struck out last time up in the 3rd. Flew out to McKinney in the 1st inning. 3rd at-bat here. And some updates. NCAA college baseball. A couple of Oaks, a few Oaks, 3 actually, played in a game today. Ole Miss against Arkansas. Ole Miss won 13-6 in game 2, 13-5, pardon me, in game 2 of the Super Regional. Kevin Graham, 1 for 4 with a walk and a run, the DH for Ole Miss. Angus Denton did not get an opportunity as Arkansas was down late. But yesterday, Angus Denton, 2/3 of an inning, no-run ball, came in the 9th inning, helped close the deal for Arkansas with a win in Game 1. And the first pitch to Catsby in there for a strike. And I know, Jordan, we've talked about how excited we are to see some of the guys. Ole Miss, Kevin Graham, obviously hard-hitting power hitter, DH.
A guy who can change the whole complexion of your lineup.
Absolutely. And the 0-1 pitch is in there once again to Catsby, the lefty. And Knox Leposer, the catcher, very talented. And obviously, Angus Denton, the 5'11 righty. The closer last year for the Oaks. Helped lead them to a championship. The 0-2 pitch to Catsby. Swing and driven to center field. Sandoval had a beat on it, came in, and another easy out here. 2 down in the bottom of the 5th inning. Weston started the inning, three pitches, 3 balls. Kamenko went out, told him calm down, settle down, and since then, once again, he's working here. 2 quick outs in the bottom of the 5th.
That's what Zach Kamenko does. He is an unprofessional, professional catcher. Calm demeanored, intelligent. Clearly what he said to Travis Weston worked.
And we have a pinch hitter here for the Foresters. Big 6'7 lefty, the freshman out of Vanderbilt, Spencer Jones. First pitch is up and in, and that's a ball. Spencer Jones has not yet played a game for Vanderbilt coming into his freshman season, but obviously we're looking at him right here. 6'7", 215. He's an imposing player. Fouls that one off down the first base line.
1 ball, 1 strike now, and Spencer Jones, he's one of the biggest kids I've ever seen in the CCL, and that is not a lie. This kid is a mountain, and clearly he's got some skills. Vanderbilt, one of the blue bloods of college baseball.
The 1-1 pitch low and in the dirt in front of the catcher, Kamenko, 2-1 count.
Pardon me. even though I'm supporting the Oaks today, wants just to see him hit a ball as hard as he can.
Oh, absolutely. 2-1 pitch to Jones. Turns away. And it's a 3-1 count. Vanderbilt last night, as we've mentioned, a power program with a fantastic performance. Kumar Rocker last night, a 19 strikeout no-hitter against Duke. Highlights are everywhere this morning. 3-1 pitch. Up and in. Jones takes first base. Sprints to first. Looks like he was looking for an opportunity to go to second. And the Foresters have a base runner on here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Zach Presno, the 4-hitter, coming up for the Foresters. And 19 strikeouts. The record in Major League Baseball is 17 for a game, as it looks like Weston is going to come out here for the Oaks. Weston with a pretty good outing here. Got into a little trouble the last 2 innings, but no runs so far today. And it looks like it will be number 19 for the Oaks. Oh, forgive me getting the number here, but Travis Weston, a stellar outing, I would say, considering the trouble that he got into in the 4th and 5th inning. Weston, 4 2/3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, 1 hit, 4 walks, pardon me, 1 hit, 2 hits. I'm going to start that over again. 4 2/3 innings pitched, 2 hits, no runs, 4 strikeouts, and 4 walks for Travis Weston is his 2nd outing of the year. Last time up, only went 2 2/3, allowed 2 runs. A pretty good outing against a dominant Foresters squad. And for the Oaks coming in now, Reese Matheson out of Glendale Community College, the sophomore, his 2nd outing of the year.
Again, Foresters fans, the Foresters hit the road on Tuesday.
And I would say, Jordan, a successful performance for Weston, especially considering he struggled a little bit in his first outing to close it, but against this dominant Foresters lineup, no runs in 4 2/3 innings, that's about as good as you can ask.
No doubt about it. And Travis Weston, I mean, he was painting both sides of the play. He had the off-speed going. He had a great performance.
We are going to take a break here as Reese Matheson readies. So far here in the bottom of the 5th inning, the Foresters with 1 runner on. Spencer Jones at first base. We will come back at you for the remainder of the bottom of the 5th here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Reese Matheson is in, the sophomore out of Glendale Community College for the Oaks, his 2nd appearance of the year, and he's in to face the 4-hole hitter, Zach Presno, the first baseman for the Foresters, with 1 runner on here, 2 outs in the bottom of the 5th inning. Spencer Jones huffing and puffing. Man, oh man, he slides into second base easily for the stolen base. Wow, that took about 5 strides for him to get from first to second, Jordan.
And he got an incredible jump off of Reese Matheson, who wasn't really paying attention for the first pitch that he was in.
And I'll get you Travis Weston's line in a second after this second pitch to Presno. Presno with a high pop-up. It looks like it's going to go right over our heads and foul. Travis Weston in 4 2/3 innings. No runs, 3 hits, 4 strikeouts, and 4 walks for the Oaks. Pretty stellar performance, as we've mentioned. And Reese Matheson, second outing of the year. I'll get you his stats for the last outing in a second. Presno, big swing and a miss. I won't even get the chance. That's a strikeout to end the inning for Reese Matheson. A great start to his day. And the Foresters get out of the inning with nothing going. No runs, no hits, no errors. One runner left on base on a Spencer Jones walk from Travis Weston. As we head into the top of the sixth inning, the Oaks lead 3-0 here in Santa Barbara, California. Come back and we'll get to the sixth inning, the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Welcome back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Zach Engberg here alongside Jordan Brenner, getting you the top of the sixth inning here as the Oaks lead 3-0. Zach Kamenkow up to bat. First pitch swinging. Big swing and a miss by Kamenkow. Christian Winston, the Aztec, back out for a second inning of work here against the Oaks lineup. We've already scored 3 runs, but since the second inning, not much going against the Foresters pitching staff. Kamenkow takes the second pitch in their fourth strike, 0-2 count from Winston. After the McKinney home run for the Oaks, 3 hits, 5 runners left on base. Kamenkow low and away, 1-2 pitch to the catcher. Winston, as I mentioned, played last year in the Alaskan Summer League. Finished the year last 15 innings pitched, 2.3 ERA. The pitch is high, 2-2 count. Recorded a 3.78 ERA over 33.1 innings pitched for the Peninsula Oilers of the Alaskan Baseball League. So he has some experience here with wood bats, and we've seen that so far, coming in doing a good job against the Oaks lineup. The pitch, Kamenkow, big swing and a miss, low and away, and that's a strikeout for Winston. 1 down here in the top of the sixth inning. And Trent McKinney will come up. McKinney, obviously, first time up. The big bomb to left center field. Biggest hit of the year for McKinney, or at least biggest hit today. Second home run of the year, last time up in the third inning. Struck out swinging. Third at bat here against the lefty, Christian Winston. First pitch to McKinney. First pitch swinging, fouls it off into the Foresters dugout, 0-1 count. Winston readies. Wind's starting to blow in here in our broadcast booth.
Our broadcast cardboard box.
Same thing, man. 0-2 or 0-1 pitch, strike 2 there from Winston. I like to envision myself as if I'm in a broadcast booth. I don't know about you. I like to imagine we're at the top level here, high stakes.
Hey, whatever you have to tell yourself.
McKinney readies. The 0-2 pitch from Winston. Fouls it off once again. It stays 0-2 here in the top of the sixth inning. This is Winston's first outing of the year. The Foresters, a stacked order, a stacked bullpen. For the big lefty. McKinney takes 0-2. 1-2 count.
Nationals hit 4 straight home runs today in the 8th inning.
If you didn't know, Jordan is a big Nationals fan.
Yes, I am.
The 1-2 pitch to McKinney. Looks like it hit him. And the Oaks have a runner on here in the top of the 6th inning. McKinney at first. Obviously, McKinney with a little bit of speed. Let's see if he can get something going. As Baldovino, the 8-hole hitter, will come up here in the top of the 6th inning. Baldovino reached both times up. A walk in the 2nd. Reached on. An error by the first baseman in the 4th inning. And an opportunity here for the hitter, Baldovino. First pitch from Winston is up and away. And there's going to be a little meeting between the catcher and the pitcher on the mound here for the Foresters.
It's been an interesting day for Trent McKinney.
Absolutely.
Home run, a strikeout swinging, and now he's hit by a pitch. An eventful Sunday afternoon for him.
And he's had an eventful last 24 hours. Obviously, last night, an RBI on an error and the big 2-run double in the 8th inning. He's been heating up lately, keeps it going. Second time reaching today here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. The 1-0 pitch is in there from Winston for a strike. 1-1 count to Baldovino. Baldovino, as we've mentioned, has been easily the Oaks' best hitter coming into the day. .417 average, 5 hits and 12 at-bats, 3 runs, 2 stolen bases, and another one today. And the 1-1 pitch is low. 2-1 count to Baldovino. Winston, the 6'5 lefty from San Diego State. Coach Mark Martinez down there has helped lead that program to a lot of Mountain West Conference titles under Tony Gwynn at the helm. And I can say from experience, Mark Martinez, a great guy, even better coach. That team is always competitive. Has yet to make it to the College World Series or to the playoffs in college baseball, but they've been on the cusp for a few years. Winston might be able to help. The pitch and a swing on Baldovino. That'll be a foul ball.
If it comes out of the tree, let's turn
1-2 count here to Baldovino. The Oaks have seen a lot of lefties here early on in the CCL season. The Saints, obviously, with some dominating lefties. And here today, Winston doing his best to hold court. Baldovino again fouls it off into the Foresters' dugout. 1-2 count still to the 8-hole hitter.
And this game, you know, this is a good opportunity for the Oaks while we're in a lull period of this game. It's only a 3-0 lead for the Oaks, and that's a sleeping giant in the Foresters' dugout. Any insurance run will be useful.
Winston goes to first to pick off, and they looks like they're going to get McKinney. Caught stealing to second base. Winston with the great pickoff move. McKinney gets on, but gets caught stealing second, and there's 2 down now in the top of the 6th.
He was caught in between first and second. It was a nice move by the pitcher, Winston, to throw over to first. McKinney couldn't go back, and it was a fundamental play by the Foresters to knock him out at second.
And that's a strike 3 from Winston to Baldovino. Winston does a good job, hits McKinney, gets him stealing, strikes out Baldovino, and the Oaks. No runs, no hits, no errors, no runners left on base, but they still lead 3-0 as we head into the bottom of the 6th inning here in Santa Barbara, California. Come back and we'll get you to the bottom of the 6th on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Welcome back on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network here from Pershing Park in beautiful Santa Barbara, California. Sunny day here. Getting a little sunburn, I was mentioning to Jordan, but it's all right. We got some beautiful baseball going on between the Oaks and the Foresters. Reese Matheson comes out for his second inning of work, and the first pitch there is in there for a strike to Eric Kennedy, the left fielder for the Foresters. Matheson came in last inning with one runner on at second base and struck out Zach Presno to end the inning. Second pitch again in there. Strike two. Quickly 0-2 hole for Kennedy, and Matheson is in command here early on against the Foresters. 0-2 pitch to Kennedy. Readies. Matheson delivers just a little bit up and outside, and it's a 1-2 count.
How about Coach Solis? Reese Matheson looked, and I'm comfortable saying this because Reese
terrible.
He would say this too. He didn't look very good the first time we saw him this year.
1-2 pitch for Matheson. Swung on, drilled. Kennedy gets right over the diving second baseman Ball Davino into center field, and that's a single to lead off the inning for Eric Kennedy. Next up, Blake Hall. Last time up, Hall with a single. First time up, struck out in the second. But as you were mentioning, Jordan, Reese Matheson first time out against the Cubs. 1 2/3 innings, 7 runs, only 3 of them earned, but not a very good outing to start the season. But as you mentioned, Coach Solis puts him in a big spot there in the bottom of the 5th. A lot of faith here to leave him in against the heart of the order for the Foresters. But allowed a hit right there, line drive single to center field. First pitch, Kennedy's running to second, and he's in there. Once again, the Foresters get a runner on, steal second, and they're in action here with a runner in scoring position. Bottom of the 6th inning, no outs. Blake Hall up to bat. Spencer Jones, obviously last inning, reached on a walk, stole second. Kennedy right there, doing his best. Now in scoring position. The pitch to Hall fouls it off.
Reese Matheson has the slider going today. First outing, he was throwing strikes, and if you're a teammate of a pitcher throwing strikes, you can't really criticize him when the other team hits him. But what's different about Matheson today is that off-speed pitch that's keeping hitters on their toes, making that fastball even more effective.
The 1-1 pitch from Matheson readies. Looks back at Kennedy, delivers. In there for a strike. Pardon me, that was a 1-2 pitch, strike 3 call. Matheson, second strikeout of the day. 2 outs today for Matheson, both strikeouts. 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Ross Cadena, the catcher up here from the 7th hole for the Foresters. Still 1 runner on in scoring position. Down 3-0. This is a huge at-bat from the catcher.
Oaks have wiggled their way out of trouble every time they've had to today. Can they do it once more?
And the first pitch to Cadena. Matheson delivers. Cadena with a ground ball. Kennedy goes to third. And a big play. Huge throw. Gomez, the 5-3 put out. Showing off the leather, showing off the arm once again, but Kennedy reaches third.
And we see Tyler Odekirk giving a high five to Ramon Gomez. That was a chopper right at the shortstop. But because it was a chopper, that's the third baseman's ball. Ramon Gomez calling off Odekirk fielded that ball and made the out. That wouldn't have been an out if Odekirk had taken that ball.
Gomez had the momentum, was running in. Not an easy play, but he made it look easy. Tommy Holguin, the 8-hole hitter, coming up. First pitch is up, and it's a 1-0 count from Matheson. Holguin, the second baseman for the Foresters. Second pitch is in there, 1-1 count to Holguin. Holguin heading into this game had a .571 average, 4 hits and 7 at-bats, 2 runs. All 4 hits were singles, 1 RBI. And today, Holguin, with a double in the second inning, reached base on a hit-by-pitch in the 4th. Perfect OBP today. Fouls that ball off back, and it's a 1-2 count. And it's huge to have that kind of success from the bottom of the order. Holguin hitting 8th today, and we see that with the Oaks. Baldovino, Ledford, whoever else is at the bottom of the order. Setting the table for the top of the order is so important. Matheson readies for the 1-2 pitch. Looks off, Kennedy delivers. Just a little up. 2-2 count to Holguin.
Holguin's had a couple really good at-bats. He's been super patient today. Had a double in the second, hit by a pitch in the fourth.
He's had a nice day. One of the better days for anyone on the Foresters. Holguin with a drive. That's a line drive hit down the left field line. That's going to score a run. Holguin going to second. Rounding second. Looks like he's going to take another look. Stops. And that's an RBI double. Second double of the day for Tommy Holguin. And the Foresters close the gap 3-1 here in the bottom of the 6th inning. And that was a beautifully hit ball there by Holguin.
That's a sweet swing by the lefty. Took a fastball on the inside corner, dropped his hands inside, and lined it the other way down the line. Went all the way to the wall. Good play in left field by the Oaks left fielder Alex Briggs to get it in the infield, keep it at a double, but a clutch 2-out knock for the Foresters, and they're within 2.
Brett Borgonio up now, the 9-hole hitter for the Foresters. Matheson looks back at second base. First pitch is in there for a strike. Just a beautifully sliced ball. As we've mentioned, it's so important, especially here in the Summer League, being able to hit to all fields. And right there, Tommy Holguin, beautifully hit ball down the left field line. Scored a run. 0-1 pitch to Borgonio. Fouls it off. Right over our heads. Got to watch out there. I was a little worried. Saw everybody ducking. I didn't know where it was coming from. Right over the bleachers. Quickly down 0-2. Borgonio so far today struck out looking in the second. Grounded into a 6-4-3 double play to end the 4th inning. That pitch just a little outside. You can hear some groans. 1-2 count here from Matheson to Brett Borgonio. The Foresters already 2 stolen bases today. Runner on second. First run of the day coming on an RBI double from Tommy Holguin. Scoring Eric Kennedy. And a big swing and a miss from Brett Borgonio. The pitch from Matheson dropped out, and that ends the inning for the Foresters. The Oaks, as they head into the top of the 7th inning, lead 3-1. The Foresters that inning. 2 hits, or 1 run, 2 hits, no errors, 1 runner left on base. And as we head into the top of the 7th inning, I'm going to throw it back to Jordan Bretter for play-by-play. Oaks lead 3-1. We'll come back here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Run out there along the left field line.
Top of the 7th inning, this is Jordan Brenner back on play-by-play. Great job to Zach Engberg as we have a new pitcher. Top of the 7th, 3-1 in favor of Conejo. Bradley Demko's first pitch inside and low, and it's 1-0 to Alex Briggs. Briggs today 1 for 2 with a base hit and a strikeout. Brad Demko undecided where he's going next year. This past year appeared 16 times at Sam Houston State. Lefty ready, the 1-0 pitch. On its way, swung on and missed a fastball right by him. 1 ball, 1 strike. In those 16 outings, Demko pitched to a 5.91 ERA. Next pitch is fouled off. 1-2. Hard-throwing lefty. Bradley goes by Brad in his second season with the Santa Barbara Foresters. 1-2 to Briggs. Oaks clinging to a 3-1 lead in the 7th. What a big win it would be. On its way, changeup in the dirt. Swung on and missed. The catcher relays over to first base. Cadena over to Presco. 1 away. And up next for the Conejo Oaks, Tyler Odekirk, who's 0 for 2 today with a walk. Advanced to second base in the first inning. Santa Barbara Foresters and Oaks had a bunch of great battles last year. First pitch is a strike to Odekirk.
And another one so far today, Jordan. Exciting game, back and forth. Oaks take the early lead. Foresters crawling back right now.
No doubt about it. 0-1 pitch is high, 1-1. Foresters took the season series against Conejo last year, 3-2. Beat the Oaks 3 out of 4 times in the regular season. The Oaks got them when it mattered. The CCL semifinals. Next pitch fouled off, 1-2 to Odekirk. Oaks got 2 runs in the first inning, a run in the second inning. Since then, they've been quiet. 4 scoreless innings. They've stranded 2 runners aboard on 2 hits. 1-2 to the righty. Odekirk playing shortstop today. He's played some solid defense for the Oaks this afternoon, including a couple double plays. 1-2 pitch from the lefty. Down low, 2-2.
Demko sporting the relaxed look. Top couple buttons of his jersey unbuttoned. And I mean, it's Santa Barbara, right? I say that's the right look. It's a beautiful day down here.
Next pitch, chop foul right off the screen right next to us. And onto the bat of Raul Sandoval on deck. Semifinals happened on July 28th. The Foresters lost that one 3-2. Went to 34-7 on the season. They only lost one more time last summer. Next pitch, swung on and missed. A changeup down low. That'll be a strikeout lobbed from Cadena over to Presco, and that is a strikeout. 2 gone here in the 7th inning. 2 straight strikeouts out of the pen by Bradley Demko. Oaks have struck out now 9 times today. Yeah, after the CCL championship, the Oaks were done last year. But the Foresters, as they always do, went to the NBC World Series. And they won it. 6-5 at the decider. Became the national champions. The first pitch is a strike to Raul Sandoval. Got to make the Oaks feel pretty good that they beat the national champions.
So we have a champion versus champion game here for all the bragging rights, Jordan.
Every last bit of them. Next pitch is fouled out of play. But we're going to see this team a few more times this season. After the off day tomorrow, back at Cal Lutheran on Tuesday, Oaks and Foresters. Be sure to come out to Sparky Anderson Field to support the Oaks, or if you can't, join us right here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. The ball's 2 strikes, 2 outs. Here's the pitch, fouled back by Sandoval. Out of play again. Sun has started to really beat down on us as we are past the 4 o'clock hour here on the West Coast, 4:12 p.m. Foresters, they won the World Series last year. Before that, they had won 5 different times. Swung on and missed by Sandoval, trying to beat out the throw. What a play by the catcher. Cadino had the ball roll away from him. He recovered, sidearm fire to first in time. And how about that? Brad Demko out of the bullpen, 3 straight strikeouts swinging. And the Oaks are down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors. None left. Oaks 3, Foresters 1. Back for the bottom of the 7th inning after this on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
The third baseman, number 5.
Back to the
Ryan
top
Cash.
of the order for Ryan Cash in the bottom of the 7th inning. Foresters have stayed close all game long. They were down 3-0 after 2. They got their first run last inning in the 6th inning off of Reese Matheson. He's still on the hill for the Oaks. Cash, plenty of speed. Shows Bunham pulls back. A strike, 0-1. Cash walked in the first inning and stole second base. Popped out in the third. Part of an 0-for-3 effort today. Jacob Katzvey on deck, followed by Spencer Jones, the big Van Belt lefty. Next pitch, breaking ball up and tight. 1-1.
So, Jordan, as I mentioned last night, big outing for the Vanderbilt pitcher. Let me get his name.
1-1
Kumar
pitch.
Rocker.
Swung on and fouled back. It's 1-2.
Kumar Rocker, 19 strikeout, no-hitter last night against Duke. So I have a trivia question related to that for you, Jordan.
Sure.
All right. In the history of the Major League Baseball history since 1923, there has only been one no-hitter where the pitcher did not throw any strikeouts. Can you tell me who threw that no-hitter?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yes, sir.
1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Cash takes, change up low. Cam and Co.'s frame job unsuccessful. It's 2-2. Feel free to answer that trivia question on our Oaks live stream on our YouTube page. Question at hand is, who was the only player in Major League history to throw a no-hitter without a strikeout? Swung on, driven to left field, drops in for a base hit. And Ryan Cash is hitless no more. A base hit the other way. The tying runner will come to the plate for the Foresters.
Sponsored by BMW of Santa Barbara, the center fielder, number 8, Jacob Katzvey.
It's Jacob Katzvey's turn. He's 0-for-3. A couple flyouts hit hard and a strikeout.
Thank you.
Or 0-for the big lefty. Santa Barbara didn't always play here at Pershing Park in the middle of the public park. Beautiful area, though. First pitch to the lefty. He goes the other way. Could drop into left field. Coming in, charging, and unable to get it is Briggs. 2 on and nobody out. 2 straight base hits to left field. Both lefties go to the opposite field. 2 quick hits for the Foresters. 2 on, nobody out. And the Sturs have the tying runner on base. And here comes the big lefty at 6'8", Spencer Jones from Vanderbilt. And though there's no evidence of this, it's pretty clear this guy hits the ball pretty hard.
I have seen nothing to tell me otherwise, and all I've seen is him standing there. So, yes, I think he hits the ball hard, Jordan.
2 on, nobody out. First pitch, chop foul. It's 0-1. Spencer Jones wears number 45. You and I were talking, Zach, in the middle of an inning. I don't remember which inning. But we were both struck the first time we saw Spencer Jones today. He just looks like a man amongst boys. And these are, I mean, you look on the field, there are some big guys. Spencer Jones still stands out.
He's only 18. Remember that, just out of high school. So a lot of these guys, 20, 21, 22, he looks more.
0-1 pitch, line the other way. Snagged by the shortstop. Odekirk to second. In time, Baldovino covers a double play. What a defensive play by Odekirk to leap up, grab that ball, and in one motion, fire to Baldovino covering. 2 quick outs for the Oaks. Now 1 on with 1 out as Spencer Jones lines out to the shortstop.
What a huge play right there. 2 runners on, no outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. Man, oh man. Odekirk struggled a little bit yesterday defensively, but what a huge play.
Zach Presno's turn, 0 for 3, 2 Ks. Matheson's pitch. Runner goes from first. The throw is low from Kamiko, but on target. Not in time as Catsby steals that one cleanly. They've been running on Kamiko today. Not sure if it's Zach's fault or if it's the pitcher's not holding him on. Either way, the Foresters have been running wild.
They've been doing a good job of taking advantage. Luckily, the Oaks have been able to get out of every jam, but the Foresters doing their best to get runners in scoring position.
1 ball, no strike pitch. Lined hard to left field. And into the glove of Alex Briggs, who has to adjust at the final second. But he makes the catch on a hard hit ball. Fresno is 0 for 4 now, and the Oaks are out of the 7th with no trouble done. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and a runner left through 7. Oaks 3, Foresters 1 on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Drake Greenwood, the new pitcher from Rice, the 6'5 righty, will take over in the top of the 8th inning with the Foresters down to the Oaks 3-2-1. And the Oaks third game of the CCL season. First hitter for the Oaks is Nico Lima, the big left fielder, playing DH today. He's 1 for 3 with a base hit to left field. Get you the final line for Bradley Demko in a second. Went 1 inning, no hits, no runs, none earned, no walks, and he struck out 3. The next pitch is a called strike, 0-2. As I was saying last inning, the Foresters didn't always play here at Pershing Park, even though it seems like they've built a nice community here. The ball's 2 strikes. The pitch to Lima, swung on and missed. Foresters throwing some fire here in the 8th inning. Now 2 strikes against Lima. Nobody on, nobody away. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, crack of the bat, slow roller to third, Cashfield, sidearm to first in time, 5-3. 1 gone. After 26 years playing at UC Santa Barbara, the Foresters, at least according to the Santa Barbara Independent, Foresters were evicted from UCSB after the 26th year of existence. Of course, the Foresters named after the legendary team out of the Foresters League. First pitch is fouled off from Ryan Yamashiro. This version of the Foresters was founded in 1991. They adapted the name of a legendary team sponsored by the Foresters Lodge in the 1950s.
A lot of history.
Record-setting 6th title at the National Baseball Conference a season ago. Next pitch misses, 1 ball and a strike. Ryan Yamashiro today is 2 for 3 with a couple base hits and a run scored. Next pitch from the righty bounces and gets away from the catcher, Cadena. 2 balls and a strike to Yamashiro. Ramon Gomez is on deck. Oaks desperately looking for an insurance run here at Pershing Park. 2-1 pitch. Yamashiro takes, and it's low. 3 balls and a strike. This game drags on a little longer. We are in the 8th, so it probably won't. Shadows will become a factor. The 3-1 pitch. Yamashiro chases a fastball up and swings through it. The count is full.
We've seen shadows come into play at Cal Lutheran late in games. Obviously no lights there, but here in the middle of the day.
The 3-2 pitch. Yamashiro called out on strikes. Greenwood locates a heater beautifully. Yamashiro had taken 2 steps to first. He's sent back to the dugout on Greenwood's first strikeout of the ball game.
Third baseman.
Oaks have struck out quite a bit today. That is now 11 strikeouts. That one looking. It's Ramon Gomez's turn. Takes a strike, 0-1. Had the clutch knock in the first inning that got the scoring started. Base hit to left field that scored Yamashiro and Raul Sandoval. Strike 2. It's 0-2 now. Reached in the 3rd. 6-4-3 double play in the 5th. No balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And that off-speed pitch is high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The Foresters, even though they had really built a home here in Santa Barbara, as the 1-2 pitch is low, check swing, no appeal, it's 2-2. They've done a good job making it work here at Pershing Park. Just feels casual, feels Santa Barbara to me.
They've certainly built a beautiful community here in Santa Barbara.
2-2, nobody on, 2 outs. Gomez begins to go. The appeal, no, he did not go, says the first base umpire, which prompts a couple moans from the Foresters faithful. Count full here in the 8th. Zach Kamenko, the catcher, on deck. 3 balls, 2 strikes, infield, outfield, straight away. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. Goodness. The Foresters have thrown some heat out of the bullpen. That's strikeout number 2 for Drake Greenwood. And for the 3rd consecutive inning, the Oaks go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, none left. We're on to the bottom of the 8th inning where the Foresters will try and tie this ball game at 3 or take the lead on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network.
Tug of war. And Christina Songer. Please welcome
Eric
the
Kennedy
fielder,
leads
number
off the
3,
Foresters in the home half of the 8th. Reese Matheson is done after 2 1/3. Gave up 4 hits, a run, and struck out 3. Didn't walk anybody. And the new pitcher is the righty Chris Torres, wearing number 5. The first pitch, outside 1-0 to the new hitter, Eric Kennedy, the left fielder, who has 2 base hits today. One of them was a bunt. Another to center field as a stolen bag, and he flew out to right. Chris Torres has gone 2 innings this year. Next pitch outside, 2-0. Gave up 2 runs against the Saints his last time out. Has an ERA of 9. Scoreless frame here would lower that quite a bit. The 2-0 pitch. 2-1 on a fastball called a strike on the outside corner. Oaks were scuffling the first few days of the season, especially at the plate. 2-1 in. Outside, Kamiko tries to frame. Unsuccessful. It's 3-1. And, you know, the Oaks looked today like they came out hot. They swung the bats. 4 hits in the first 2 innings, 3 runs. 3-1 pitch, high and away, and that's a 5-pitch walk from the new pitcher, Chris Torres. Tying runner to the plate for the Foresters, who have been threatening for the last few innings.
Please welcome the right fielder, number 7, Blake Hall.
Blake Hall, the right fielder, next. He's 1 for 3 with a strikeout swinging and a strikeout looking.
I think it's fair to say, Jordan, after a couple days with the Oaks, they are a team that scores in spurts. They will go several innings without having anything, and then they'll go on a little run, 2-inning run, and then they'll go a couple more innings and then a couple more runs.
At least early on, Hall takes high, 1-0. As of now, no action in the Oaks bullpen. 1-0 as Kennedy takes his lead off of first. Sun beginning to go down here in Santa Barbara. Still hot though, throw over to first base, unsuccessful. Kennedy dives back in. 1 ball, no strikes here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Foresters, they have 6 outs to work with. They're down 2 runs. Again, the throw over to first base, not in time, but Kennedy staying honest over there at first. So how many guys have stolen bags today for the Foresters? It's good to see the Oaks make that adjustment and throw over a few times. A big lead at first for Kennedy. The 1-1 pitch. Pardon me, the 1-0 pitch is high. Now it's 2-0. And Zach Kamenko comes out to have a discussion with his righty. Ross Cadena on deck. Behind him, Tommy Holguin. If we get that far. Still, though, nobody out in the inning and a runner on.
I think right now, Jordan, would be a perfect time. I posed the question last inning, the trivia question of the day. I think right now would be a perfect time, Jordan. I'm going to give you 3 guesses, see if you can get it.
Okay. And the question, a reminder for our listeners, is who is the first pitcher in Major League history to throw a no-hitter without a strikeout? First, the 2-0 pitch with nobody out. Runner on first. Torres gathers at the belt. The pitch is high. It's 3-0. All right, I'll wing it. I'm going to guess there was that one perfect game with Philip Humber. I guess he's one of the worst pitchers to ever throw one.
That is true, but that was not the game, no.
Okay. Throw over to first base. This time it's close. Yamashiro's tag is in time, and he's called out at first. Kennedy, a bad mistake on the base paths. And again, the Oaks stealing out. That's out number 1 here in the 8th. And now nobody on with 1 out for the Oaks. The complexion of this inning immediately shifts.
He was playing a dangerous game. Kennedy was a massive lead. Torres clearly was focused on him right there with the play.
1 out, nobody on. 3-0 pitch. High and inside, and now there's a runner on with 1 out. All right, my next guess. First off, we'll check to see our Oaks YouTube, actually, to see if somebody has answered the question.
Now batting for the Foresters, sponsored by Lynn Goebel, attorney at law. Please welcome the catcher, number 12, Ross Cadena.
Catcher Ross Cadena next. Thanks for joining us here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Always appreciate it. Sandy Koufax, he threw a bunch of them, maybe 1. Okay.
No, sir.
That's 2.
I'll give you some time to collect. Get this first pitch here.
First pitch in to Ross Cadena. 0 for 2. First pitch is a strike. 0-1. Trying to think who else.
I'll give you a hint. It's not a. If you're thinking of the greatest pitchers, it's not one of those. It was more like a not a one-off necessarily, but it was more of a rare occasion as opposed to yet another Nolan Ryan no hitter,
Sure.
yet another Sandy Koufax no hitter.
All right, throw over to first base. Not in time. Chris Torres is a really good move to first base for a righty. Already saw him pick off Eric Kennedy this inning. I don't even know. Why don't you just enlighten us?
Ken Holtzman for the Cubs on August 19th, 1969. 9 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, 3 walks, no strikeouts.
There you go. Breaking ball. Drops in for a strike. And it's 0-2 with 1 gone. Tying runner is at the plate. Ross Cadena, the catcher, walked in the 2nd. A sacrifice bunt in the 4th. A ground out to 3rd, his last time up in the 6th. Going to be nervous time for Santa Barbara. Could drop their first game of the summer. Righty gathers. It's fouled back to the screen, and it remains 0-2. Oaks will have a much-needed off day tomorrow after the game yesterday at Cal Lutheran against Arroyo Seco. The night before, the Oaks were in Pasadena. Been a weekend full of a lot of driving for Caneo. The ball's 2 strikes and out. Swinging a high, deep drive. Way back left field. Going back Briggs. He can only watch it. A game-tying 2-run home run in the 8th inning. Ross Cadena ties this game up at 3 on a moonshot blast. And you sensed it for the last few innings, Zach. The Foresters kept coming close. They finally explode with a bomb to left field tied at 3. We got a brand new ball game.
You saw Weston get out of a couple jams. Matheson got out of a jam or two. Some great defensive plays by the Oaks, but as you mentioned, it felt like they were just scratching at the door. Right there, broke it down with that huge 2-run home run. And that was a bomb, Jordan. We've seen a few home runs this year, and that thing went left center field. Man, oh man. 3-3 here in the bottom of the 8th. New ball game.
First pitch is called a strike to the new hitter, Tommy Holguin. He is 2 for 2 with 2 doubles and a hit by pitch. Next pitch in. There's a strike 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes. Swung on and missed, and he's gone looking. Swinging, pardon me.
For the Foresters, sponsored by BMW of Santa Barbara, the shortstop, number 4, Brett Borgonio.
And there are 2 gone in the 8th inning. So the righty, Chris Torres, recovers and strikes out his first batter of the game. Here's the righty, Brett Borgonio. Swings at the first pitch. Chopper to shortstop. Oudkirk. Well, hold on. He just picked it up before it dropped. So a line out to the shortstop. But not before 2 runs on a hit. No errors. And nobody left. The Foresters strike for 2. They tied this game at 3 as we head to the 9th inning from Pershing Park. Stay tuned for the electrifying conclusion of Oaks Foresters on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Zach Kamenko leads off the 8th inning. Top of the 9th inning, for Caneo. Tied at 3 with the Foresters. Kamenko's 0 for 3 today. Takes the first pitch high from the pitcher, Drake Greenwood. 6'5" righty out of Rice. Struck out 2 hitters, 1 looking, 1 swinging, and a scoreless 8th. Now trying to get the Foresters back to the dugout to win it in the 9th. Next pitch hits Kamenko right on the elbow. He seems to be okay. I think it caught the elbow guard, and the Oaks will take it. The go-ahead runner aboard for the comeback Caneo Oaks.
Right fielder.
All 3 wins have been of the comeback variety. Today's win would not be a comeback win no matter what. It couldn't be. But it would require some late inning antics, which the Oaks are familiar with. Next here is Trent McKinney. It's 1 for 2, with a hit by pitch, strikeout, and home run to left center field. The throw over to first base. Kamenko dives back in safely.
This game so far very similar to last year's semifinal game. The Oaks take an early 3-0 lead, try to haul off the Foresters, although unlike last year, obviously the Foresters have tied this game up heading into the 9th.
Next pitch misses. It's 2-0. You're absolutely right. That semifinal game, it felt like the whole game, the Oaks were just hanging on. And they did. They held on and won it. Bunt is down. McKinney's bunt, though, rolls foul as Kamenko has to go back to first base on the sacrifice attempt. 2 balls and a strike. Today a little different, though. The Oaks got up. They held on for as long as they could. They've stranded a ton of runners today. In fact, they've stranded 8 total. They stranded at least 1 in each of the first 7 innings. Next pitch, a strike at the knees, 2-2. The only inning where the Oaks did not strand a runner was last inning, where the Foresters had the 2-run home run to tie the ball game. Before then, the Oaks were just pitching out of their mind in high leverage spots. 2-2, a runner on. Nobody out here in the top of the 9th. Pitch to McKinney, and he fights it off, fouls it back to the screen. And sure, this would be a huge win early on in the season for Conejo, no matter what. Anytime you beat a team of the caliber of the Foresters, that's a big deal. But just thinking about the bus ride home, it's a big deal for that. Is it going to be a happy bus ride or a melancholy bus ride? The 2-2 is high and the count's full. In these spots this year, Zach, the Oaks, in high leverage spots at the plate, they have tended to be more patient than throughout the game, and that's what it seems like they're doing here. Leadoff walk for Kamenko, and now McKinney in a 3-2 count. The righty Greenwood gathers and fires. Breaking ball. Strike 3 called at the knees. Strikeout number 3 for Drake Greenwood as he drops the hammer and sends down McKinney on strikes looking.
What a pitch, man. Outside corner, beautiful placement. McKinney thought he had ball 4. Huge strikeout.
So 1 gone in the top of the 9th inning. Foresters a pitch away from getting out of this inning on a double play. Oaks 1 pitch away from taking the lead. It's been a great game. Gabe Baldovino next. Takes outside 1-0. Infielder Baldovino today is 0 for 2. Reached on an error and stole a bag in the 4th. Strikeout in the 7th. Or in the 6th, excuse me, and walked in the 2nd. 1-0 with an out. Corners playing in for the Sturs. Here's the pitch. Down in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher, Cadena. And Kamenko doesn't get a good enough jump to go. So he stays at first base, and the count's 2-0.
Bouncing ball is short.
2 balls, no strikes. See if Baldovino has the green light here. Greenwood steps off and calls his catcher Cadena to the mound. We'll see if they have a prolonged discussion. To walk on the top of the mound now. Thanks to everybody joining us on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Again, we're sorry, tough camera situation today. We're on field level to the right side. Trying getting it as center as we can. 2 balls, no strikes. Pitch in there, a strike, 2-1. Have a better camera angle on Tuesday against the Foresters at home at Cal Lutheran. Join us if you can. If you can't, we'll have the broadcast here as always. 2-1 with an out. On first base is Kamenko. Strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. We're tied at 3 in the top of the 9th inning. Oaks led 3-0 after 2 innings. Foresters got 1 back in the 6th, and they tied the game on a 2-run blast in the 8th. 2-2 on its way. Breaking ball in the dirt, gets away from the catcher, Cadena. Kamenko, a good jump, and he races towards second base on the wild pitch. Oaks have the go-ahead runner in scoring position in the 9th inning, trying to take the lead once again. Slight breeze coming in from right field. Started off BP out to left field, then was going out to right field. Has since swirled back and is blowing in. Full count pitch with a runner in scoring position and an out. Swing. It's fouled off to the right side. Into the park. Haven't seen any antics from the head coaches today, Bill Pintard and Dave Solis. We always expect it when the Foresters and Oaks match up.
Even heading to the game today, Solis was talking about some memorable situations between the two.
3-2 is again fouled off, hit pretty hard to the right side and into the tree that overhangs over the stadium and onto the field. Not quite into fair territory, but certainly a factor for foul balls down the right side. And the count remains full. Yeah, Coach Solis was talking about how he's only been thrown out once in his career. Not sure I believe him, but we'll go with his word.
He said it didn't really count. I don't know.
Full count with a runner on second. The pitch is called strike 3 at the chest. Baldovino didn't like it. He's not the tallest player. That would have been clearly strike 3 to a Bailey Holbrook, but Baldovino sent down on a controversial pitch. 2 straight strikeouts looking out of the pen for Drake Greenwood. And with a runner in scoring position and 2 outs, here is Alex Briggs. Briggs is 1 for 3 with 2 strikeouts swinging. The intimidating righty, Drake Greenwood, peers in. Now he fires. Slider stays in, 1-0. Greenwood has that aura about him on the mound. Just so intimidating. He doesn't just look in for a sign. He stares in. Kind of like Max Scherzer. 1-0 pitch. Just a bit outside, 2-0.
Always bring it back to the Nationals, don't you, Jordan?
Okay, but Max Scherzer is known for that.
Oh, no. No, it's absolutely true. Mad Max. It's funny.
Better than mentioning Matt Chapman as some of the greatest third basemen of all time today, Zach.
I said current. Him and Arenado are the 2 current best third. You'd agree with me, correct?
Yeah, right now. 2-0 pitch. Ground ball to the left side. Shortstop gets it. Borgonio over to first base, and a 6-3 putout retires this side. The Oaks get the go-ahead runner into scoring position, but they can't do anything from there. Kamiko walked to lead off the inning. 2 strikeouts looking at a 6-3 putout, and we're through 8.5. No runs, no hits, no errors. And again, the runner stranded at second. Squared at 3 through 8.5. On to the bottom of the 9th, where the Foresters will try to walk off and stay undefeated here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Back to the top of the order for the bottom of the ninth inning. Ryan Cash to lead off for the Santa Barbara Foresters. Gets a new pitcher for the Oaks, Clay Rickerman. Rickerman out of Cal Lutheran. Seen him once this summer. He's went 2 innings, gave up an unearned run, and struck out 3. Didn't walk anybody either. He's trying to send this game to extras. His first challenge is the talented third baseman, Ryan Cash. Cash today is 1 for 3 with a walk and a stolen bag. The first pitch to him, a strike at the knee, zone 1. We've seen some really good arms today, haven't we, Zach? Both sides.
Both sides getting out of jams. A lot of mental toughness from the pitchers and a lot of strikeouts.
Foresters are 2-0, trying to go 3-0. Roller down the right side, outside the bag and foul. And it's no balls and 2 strikes to the left-handed hitter. Cash from Oklahoma State. Actually, Oral Roberts University, formerly an Oklahoma State Cowboy. Quite a lot of speed. And we've seen it on display today.
Would you say he was money on the base paths, Jordan?
Good one.
Thanks.
Complete cash on the base paths. 0-2 pitch. Outside, 1-2. Canetto 3-1 on the season, and, well, I think I'd admit they haven't played well enough to be 3-1. Started off the season pretty cool. They've just grinded out some wins as the 1-2 pitch is in. Just a bit outside, 2-2. Nobody on, nobody out. Bottom of the ninth inning, tied at 3. Foresters Oaks, the first of 4 they'll play this year. This one at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara. Game number 2 on Tuesday at Cal Lutheran. Marquee matchup in the CCL, the 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. Cash eliminated. 1 gone. First strikeout of the game for Rickerman. And for the Oaks, that is now 9 strikeouts on the ball game.
Checking account is overdrawn, Jordan.
Good one. Again. You got them all day long, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Jacob Catsby next. 1 for 4, a base hit to left. Swings and cracks his bat. A little chopper to the left side. Fouling out of play. He'll have to get a new bat. Last time up, he hit that liner to left field. That was in the 7th inning. The Foresters had 2 hits in that inning. It was Cash and Catsby. With runners on first and second, Spencer Jones hit a screamer to shortstop, where Tyler Odekirk stole not 1 but 2 outs away from the Foresters, leaped up, made the catch, and then threw out Cash off of second to double off the Foresters. And then after that, Zach Presno flew out to left field as the Oaks maneuvered their way out of another tough jam. They've been treading water today, but the water's getting up near their neck now, right by the chin. 1 out, nobody on, bottom 9, 3-3. Here's the pitch, off speed, a strike on the outside corner from Clay Rickerman, and it's 0-1. Rickerman from Cal Lutheran. Slight breeze, now out to right field for the lefty. Catsby takes away, and it's 1-1. Foresters already got 1 huge hit in today's ball game. That came last inning on the Ross Cadena 2-run home run. With 1 out in the inning, he tied the game. Next pitch, line drive left field, drops in for a base knock. And the Foresters have the winning run on first base. Trying to take the extra bag. Catsby the throw into second, not in time. What a heads-up play by Jacob Catsby at a clean single to left field. Saw that the left fielder Briggs wasn't paying attention, took the extra base, and the Foresters are a base hit away from being 3-0. That's unexcusable for the Oaks, and that's one that's going to drive Dave Solis absolutely bonkers in the dugout.
And you have to know, especially against these Foresters, any kind of mistake they're going to capitalize on. We've seen that today. They've been fantastic on the base paths, and it looks like the Oaks are going to intentionally walk Spencer Jones here. They're scared of him too, Jordan.
So that'll put runners on first and second. Jones on first, Catsby on second. With one out in the inning, the Foresters will bring up Zach Presno, the first baseman and cleanup hitter. He is 0 for 4 today with 2 strikeouts and 2 flyouts. Would love to check in with a hit here. Oaks trying to send this one to extras for the second consecutive day. 2 on, 1 out. Rickerman checks the runner. A long pause on the pitch. Breaking ball. Chop foul. 0-1. What a great ball game it's been. It's just been, I would argue, the most exciting game the Oaks have played this year. And they've walked off 3 different times.
There's just a different level of intensity here with this matchup with the Foresters.
No doubt about it. And you can feel it in the environment here, too. It's 0-1. The pitch. Just a bit outside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You have to be careful here. We've seen the Foresters speed on the base paths. Any kind of hit is dangerous because any kind of hit is a possible scoring opportunity. They have to be on guard on defense. Make a quick play.
Catsby on second. Jones on first. The 1-1 pitch. Strike 2. Fastball at the knees. Strange silence talked about in the CCL. Gets quiet during the big moments. Fans really lock in. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and out, 2 on. 3-3 in the bottom of the 9th. Rickerman gets his sign. He peers in, checks the runner, twists, contorts, and offers. The breaking ball is low. An impressive block by Zach Kamenko, but the count goes even at 2-2. Oaks are 3-1. The Foresters 2-0. Heading into this game, the Foresters hadn't given up a run all season long. A 1-0 shutout on opening day, a 10-0 victory yesterday. Oaks jumped on them in the first 2 innings for 3 runs. Since, the Foresters have squared it at 3. Rickerman steps off the mound, takes a brief pause, and now recollects. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on. Kamenko lays down his sign. Rickerman finally agrees, comes set at the belt. A check of the runner again. The wind and the offering. Slider in the dirt. Backhand pick by Kamenko. And the count is full at 3-2. Foresters will bring up Eric Kennedy on deck. He has 2 hits. Part of a 2-for-3 outing with a walk. Runners could be going with 1 out. Full count pitch. Rickerman sets at the belt. A long pause. The full count pitch. Fastball. Hit hard the other way. Way back there, but foul. And we'll do 3-2 again.
This is about as tense as it gets, Jordan. 3-2 count. Tie game, bottom 9, 1 out.
We've got accustomed to being in these moments early in this season. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 on with an out. At the plate is Zach Presno, the first baseman. He's 0 for 4. The pitch, runner goes both ways. The throw from Kamenko to third base is not in time. And he strikes out looking. Presno will be the second out of the inning. The Foresters trading out for a bag. They have runners in scoring position. Jones at second. Catsby at third. And with 2 away, Eric Kennedy will try and end this ball game. Some applause here at Pershing Park. Battle of 2 of the best summer collegiate rosters on the West Coast. The reigning CCL champion, Conejo Oaks, against the national champion, Santa Barbara Foresters. Foresters seeking revenge after dropping last year's semifinal 3-2 at the hands of the Oaks. That win propelled the Oaks to their first CCL championship. Both teams want to win this game, don't they, Zach?
We've seen the Oaks every time this season, every game they go down, they claw their way back, and this time Forrester's doing the same.
Eric Kennedy digs in from the left side. Clay Rickerman needs one more out to get out of the inning. 2 in scoring position. The first pitch swung on. A roller to first base. Yamashiro collects, races to first base, tags it. And we're on to extras for the second consecutive day. A ground out to first unassisted. And in the inning, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 2 stranded aboard. The Oaks have pitched their best baseball in high leverage spots. On to the 10th with the score tied at 3 on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Back here for the top of the 10th inning, where Connor Woods will relieve Drake Greenwood, who threw 2 scoreless innings and struck out 3 out of the pen. First pitch is a strike to Tyler Odekirk. Odekirk today 0 for 3 with 2 Ks, a walk, and a ground out to second. Connor Woods, the righty out of UNLV. Second pitch is a strike, 0-2. Odekirk digs back in, trying to get a rally started for the Oaks. 0-2 pitch. Rips one to the right side, but foul. Fatigue is certainly a factor for the Oaks right now, Zach. A game that went long yesterday. It was an afternoon start at Cal Lutheran. That went to extra innings. The Oaks won that in the 10th as the 0-2 was in to Odekirk. Ground ball to the shortstop. Charging Borgano to first in time. 6-3, one away. And up next is Raul Sandoval. An early wake-up this morning, a quick turnaround for the Oaks. 9 a.m. bus from Cal Lutheran, and now they're playing in extra innings for the second consecutive day, and they've played every game close this year. Even the loss, 5-2 at the hands of Arroyo Seco. First pitch in there for a strike 0-1 to Sandoval. Even that game, the 5-2 loss, that was a ball game that the Oaks were in until the very last pitch. 0-1 with an out, nobody on in the top of the 10th. The pitch, a strike 0-2 from Connor Woods from Marco Teniza High School.
They have played every moment of baseball this year has been high-leverage baseball for the Oaks, which later in the season can be beneficial when you get into these moments in the CCL playoffs.
But in the moment, can be tiring. The 0-2, too low. It's 1-2. Connor Woods at UNLV. This year at an 8.39 ERA and 28 appearances in 24 and 2/3 innings. Struck out 32 and walked 24. 1-2 pitch. Sandoval strikes out swinging. The fourth time he's down on strikes today, all of them swinging. 2 gone in the top of the 10th. Strikeout number 1 for Connor Woods. That's 14 strikeouts for the Oaks today. Woods had a drop-off this past year at UNLV. ERA skyrocketed from just under 7 to just under 9. Pitch is low, 1-0. Gave up 4 home runs this past year as the free-swinging Nico Lima skies one to the right side. Could be in play. First baseman Fresno in foul territory. He does not make the catch. Interference by the tree, I believe. And it's 1-1. Foresters players from the dugout yell out, "You're lucky." Well, that might be, but he's also still in there with a 1-1 count. Doesn't really matter, does it?
Winning in baseball takes a little, actually not a little bit, it takes a lot of luck.
Definitely. 1-1. Lima today is 1 for 4. Had a hard hit base hit in the first. Had a big day yesterday. 1-1, 1 out. Breaking ball up. 2-1. Pardon me, 2 away here in the 10th. Yesterday, Lima had a double and a base hit, a run scored, and flew out to very deep left field. 2 balls a strike and 2 away. Pitch is low. 3 balls in a strike to Lima with the hot Ryan Yamashiro on deck. Oaks just looking for a base runner here with 2 out. Connor Woods sets at the belt. Into the windup. And he lost his footing, so he steps off. A deep breath from the big righty. 3-1 offering. Swung on and fouled off of the left leg of the hitter, Lima. And the count is filled up at 3-2. Look out of right field, you see pristine mountains. A few clouds today, but just a gorgeous sun-filled afternoon in Santa Barbara. Full count pitch with 2 away. The pitch is low, and Lima is aboard as the go-ahead runner here in the 10th. Ryan Yamashiro next. There's number 32. Has 2 base hits today. 1 was to center field. 1 to the shortstop. Reached base in the first on a fielder's choice and scored a run. Yesterday, Yamashiro, another busy day. A double in the first, a single in the 7th. Throw over to first base, Lima dives back in. Nico Lima has 1 stolen base already this year. Takes a big lead as Yamashiro pops that one behind us into the grass. Off the sidewalk and near the trees behind us in Pershing Park. One ball, 1 strike to Yamashiro. Lima takes an aggressive lead from first base. The 1-1 pitch to Yamashiro. Drilled to left field. Not deep enough. Kennedy under it. And he catches the hard hit liner. L7 is how we end the top of the 10th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Runner left for the Oaks. That's Lima at first. To the bottom of the 10th inning where the Oaks will try and push this game further into extra innings. The Sturs will try to stay undefeated and walk the Conejo Oaks off and seek their revenge. All here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Bottom of the 10th inning, it's Eric Kennedy's turn. He'll try and end this ball game. Mars number 3 takes the first pitch low. 1-0. Pardon me, it'll be Blake Hall, the right fielder. Hall steps in from the right side and swings to his knee. Swings and misses to put the count at 1-1.
He wanted to end this game right here, Jordan.
Yeah, he did. Wind's gushing in now. Much harder than what it was early in this game. 1 ball, 1 strike to the powerful left fielder, right fielder. He's 1 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Next pitch misses, 2 balls and a strike. Last inning, Clay Rickerman gave up a double and an intentional walk. Stranded. 2 runners aboard. 2-1 pitch. Rickman fires. High fly ball behind the plate. Kamenko to have a look. Is it in play? It is out of play. Lands right near Eric Ma and good friend Becca. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
He might get a free smoothie, Jordan.
2 balls, 2 strikes in the bottom of the 10th inning. 3-3 Oaks Foresters. Another classic between these two classic franchises. 2-2 pitch, breaking ball. Kamenko tried to sell it, he couldn't, and it's full at 3-2. Ross Cadena, who had the 2-run home run his last time up, he's up next. 3 ball, 2 strike pitch. Tap foul. The Oaks have been pretty much silent offensively since the second inning. Only 2 hits after the 3 runs they scored the first 2 frames. They don't have a hit in 5 innings. 3-2 pitch. And again, fouled off, out of play. Kamenko thought it might have been in play, so he began to play it. 3 balls, 2 strikes. We're at Pershing Park in Santa Barbara, California. Jordan Brenner, Zach Engberg on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Thanks for joining us for another marathon game. Wouldn't expect anything less this season from the Oaks. And we wouldn't have it any other way. Blake Hall digs back in. 3-2 pitch again. Fly ball out of play, this time to the right side. Lands out into the grass where a young fan will chase it down.
Hall doing a good job extending this at-bat, fighting off every pitch. 3 or 4 foul balls now.
3 runs on 6 hits for Caneo. 3 on 7 for the Foresters, and that will be outside. Blake Hall walks for his 2nd consecutive at-bat. The last time he did that, he was brought in by the man who is stepping in now with 1 on and nobody out, Ross Cadena. A 2-run home run to tie the game at 3, his last time up in the 8th. He'll try and do the same here in the bottom of the 10th. Extra innings. Free baseball. Cadena, the catcher. That home run was his first hit today. Also walked, a sacrifice bunt, and a 5-3 ground out. Throw to first base, nothing doing. Hall back in safely. A lot of times on these long road trips, Coach Solis and the Oaks will stop for dinner after the game. Seeing as this game is hit 3 hours and 18 minutes and we're at the 5:18 hour, I suspect that could be the case again. Bunt laid down beautifully to second. Yamashiro trips, regathers, flips the first, not in time. Hall to second base, Cadena the first. The Foresters, a major threat here in the bottom of the 10th inning. They have 2 on with nobody out, and they bring in Tommy Holguin, who has 2 doubles today.
whip. Let's stir it up for the second baseman, Tommy
Little mistakes
Holden.
here and there. Right there, Yamashiro runs in, trips on the play. Nobody's there in time to cover first base. Foresters 2 runners on here in the bottom of the 10th, looking to end it.
Wind starting to really blow here in Santa Barbara. If you can hear it on our crowd mic. Coach Solis and the entire infield out to game plan. But in a situation like this, it takes a little bit of luck. Folks, today they've been pretty lucky. Zach, they've stranded runners in all but one inning. The one inning they did not strand a runner was the inning where Ross Cadena, the current hitter, hit a 2-run home run to tie the game. We're game, isn't it?
Absolutely, and we've seen every single game for the Oaks this year has been strange. This is no different. Right here, Clay Rickerman once again, the latest Oak pitcher to face a high leverage situation. Looks like Dave Solis, Coach Solis, leaving him in there here in the bottom of the 10th inning. I think for Rickerman right here, you want to throw strikes, but you want to throw them carefully because any kind of base hit, as we've seen with the Foresters, is probably going to score a run with the speed they have on the bases.
The new hitter, Tommy Holguin. 2 doubles today, 1 to left field, 1 to right field. Was hit by a pitch in the 4th and struck out swinging his last time up in the 8th. Cadena, is not up. He's aboard first after a base hit bunt. Clay Rickerman offers, showing bunt beautifully down the third base side. It gets away from Gomez, and the bases are loaded. The Foresters have him juiced with nobody out on the bottom of the 10th inning. And the Oaks will likely need a miracle to come out of Santa Barbara with a win.
I want to ask you, Jordan, have you seen a triple play yet for the Oaks?
I've only seen 1 triple play in my life, and no, it was not from the Oaks. Clay Rickerman on the mound. Tough situation to be in as Brett Borgonio, the shortstop, steps in. He's 0 for 4. Part of me, it'll be a pinch hitter.
Benjamin Martz.
It'll be number 35 for the Foresters. Get you that name in 1 second. It is Benjamin Martz, the catcher. All he has to do is put it somewhere, or a walk. The infield is in for Caneo. Gomez in at third, Odekirk at short. Baldovino at second, Yamashiro on the cut of the grass at first. Outfield also in. In the event of a fly ball to the outfield, Benjamin Martz, number 35, called upon to win this game by Bill Pintard. Trying to keep the Sturs undefeated. Rickerman's first pitch, swing and a miss. 0-1. Eventually the luck has to catch up to the Oaks, doesn't it? All 3 wins this year, a walk-off. Foresters, they've had enough of that magic. Saw enough of it in the semifinals last year. 0-1, nobody out, bases loaded. The pitch, strike 2 at the knees. Borgonio was 0 for 4. Pintard electing to go to Benjamin Martz. He's down 0-2. The infield still in. Bottom of the 10th inning, 3-3 Oaks and Sturs. Caneo needs a miracle. No ball, 2 strike offering from Rickerman. Just a bit low, 1-2. What a take from Martz. Knowing that ball was low, not trying to offer at a pitch and ground into a play where the Oaks could throw home.
You have to have a lot of patience here. No outs, bases loaded. You have to know you have several opportunities, but also take advantage of them when they're in your face.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Rickerman's offering. Breaking ball, ripped to left field. That's a base hit. That's a game winner. The Foresters take this one in 10. 4-3 on a pinch hit. Base knock by Benjamin Martz. The Sturs were down 3-0 after 2, and they celebrate here at Pershing Park. They get their revenge on the Oaks, and they're 3-0 on the season. Zach, the magic had to run out for Caneo. They were 3-1 entering today with 3 walk-offs. Today, the Foresters celebrate on their own field. Walk-off winners But the Oaks still have to feel good about how they competed with one of the best summer collegiate teams across the nation.
As you mentioned, so many runners that they held left on base, from Travis Weston, Clay Rickerman, who ended up giving up the walk-off, Reese Matheson, Chris Torres, up and down the starting or the pitching staff. Great job up until Rickerman late in the game, holding off rallies, quelling runs, getting out of jams, but right there, as you mentioned, luck runs out. And I think something has to be said for the Foresters pitching staff as well. 3 runs in the first 2 innings and then nothing afterwards.
After Cole Quintanilla gave up 3 runs in 3 innings of work, the Sirs bring 5 different arms to shut out the Oaks the rest of the way. What a great game it was. The Oaks drop it 4-3. They move to 3-2 on the season, 1-2 in the CCL. Again, the Oaks started slow last year. They competed hard today, and now they have a long bus ride back to Thousand Oaks, California. Foresters are undefeated at 3-0. Thanks for joining us here on the Oaks Baseball Broadcasting Network. Day off tomorrow, then back at Cal Lutheran on Tuesday. A 4:30 start will take the air around 4:20 for the Oaks and Foresters, Part 2 of the 2019 season. For Zach Engberg, my broadcasting partner, the whole Oaks interning crew, the Oaks staff, Coach Solis, I'm Jordan Brenner signing off from Pershing Park in sunny Santa Barbara. Have a wonderful rest of your weekend.